Weekend.
BBC Coventry and Warwickshire, the Sky Blues Live. Team News.
And here's a little stat on the starting lineups. Average age of the Sky Blues starting 11, 25. Average age of the Wycombe Wanderers starting lineup, 30. So quite an age difference there with Wycombe, the older of the two teams. The Sky Blues, Lee Burge in goal, Jack Grimmer and Chris Stokes the fullbacks, Jordan Willis and Rob McDonald in the centre of defence in this unchanged team. A midfielder, Peter Vincente and Jordan Shipley out wide. Michael Doyle and young Tom Bayliss in the middle, and a front two of Mark McNulty and Max Biamo on the bench. Liam O'Brien the goalkeeper, Tom Davis, Duckins Nazon, Devon Kelly-Evans, Ryan Haynes, Ben Stevenson, and back in the matchday squad, Jordan Ponticelli. Wycombe Wanderers, with the two changes from their last game, have Scott Brown in goal, a back four of Saido Jumbati, Anthony Stewart coming into the side, the loanee from Birmingham, Dan Scarr, and Joe Jacobson in midfield. Luke O'Neill, Sam Saunders, and Matt Bloomfield comes into the starting lineup with Nathan Tyson in front of Adiakum Fenway and Craig Michael Smith. And on the bench for them, Yves Makalambe, the goalkeeper Dominic Gate, Paris Cowan Hall, Dale Salvo, Will de Havilland and Nick Freeman and Eberechi Etse. A referee, he's a championship referee most of the time these days. Most of the games he's refereed the last 2 seasons have been in the championship, and that's Tony Harrington.
The Sky Blues Live, BBC Coventry and Warwickshire.
Christmas together on BBC One.
Thanks for subscribing to iFollow. The match will start shortly. Thanks for subscribing to iFollow. The match will start shortly.
BBC Coventry and Warwickshire.
Waiting for the players to emerge onto the pitch. In fact, here they come now. The Sky Blues, led by their captain Michael Doyle. He believes the win over Cheltenham last weekend was a positive response to what he acknowledged was probably the team's worst performance of the season so far at Morecambe.
I just felt against Morecambe on the day, they kind of wanted it more than us. It's not a word you use a lot, but they kind of physically a lot stronger than us on the day and maybe bullied us a bit. It was important that we took a bit from that game, and I thought the way, I know Morecambe are bottom of the league, but the way they came out against us on the front foot and didn't give us a minute, got right about us, we kind of wanted to bring that in our next home game against Cheltenham and just get on the front foot and try and get after them, and we did that. It's important now we try and grow as a team and get that next win now and get 2 wins on the bounce at home. It would be massive for us. Obviously going to be a very tough game against Wycombe, but we're at home, we got to back ourselves against anybody.
In the Cheltenham game, you had another young player alongside you in Tom Bayliss. Impressed with him? Yeah,
I thought he was brilliant. I thought he started the game off great. Aside from his goal early on, I think as a young player making a debut, you want to get a feel of the ball, and I think straight away he was into a tackle and a couple of nice little passes, just settled in really well. But I think from training with Tom, you wouldn't expect nothing else. He's really calm, assured player. He's that type of midfielder that can go box to box and he can score a goal, and as he grows and realises he'll be a goal scoring midfielder. I think for a debut it was brilliant, and just important now if he'll just back it up now and just trying to get consistency week in, week out, and hopefully he'll be able to back it up with another good performance.
That's Michael Doyle, the Sky Blues skipper, who at this moment, alongside the match officials, the young mascots, and of course the Wycombe Wanderers captain Matthew Bloomfield, posing for the traditional pre-match photographs. The sponsors and other VIPs also now taking their place for the photographers, with the big Sky Blue Sam mascot, the ball at his feet on the centre spot. That job now done. The VIPs, the non-playing performers of this moment, leave the field of play, allowing the players time to get on with it. The two captains shake hands. The toss of the coin will take place, has taken place. The Sky Blues kicking towards the shopping centre end, which is the way they prefer to start. What do you reckon the gate tonight, Clive? They've brought a fair few with them, Wycombe, to be fair. Maybe boosting it up to what, 6 or 7?
It looks like another sort of 6,000 crowd. They had this special offer, which some people weren't too happy with, but if you bought a group of 10 tickets or 6 tickets, you could get in a lot cheaper. Whether that's made much of a difference or not, it's hard to tell.
It's BBC Coventry and Warwickshire. It's the Sky Blues live as the Sky Blues song rings out on the loudspeakers here at the Ricoh Arena. It's the Friday night before Christmas. Friday night football then at the Ricoh. Coventry City against Wycombe Wanderers. BBC Coventry and Warwickshire. Sky Blues live. Commentary from Andy Morrell and Clive Eakin.
So we're underway. The Sky Blues are kicking from left to right as we look at it. As Stuart was saying, wearing their usual Sky Blues shirts, shorts and socks. Wycombe wearing slightly odd kit, really. A sort of shade of orangey red, blood orange, maybe. Well, I don't know. Yeah, blood orange. We'll call it that.
Why do you call it Satsuma? Because it's Christmas.
Yeah, okay. With some sort of black diagonals across the right-hand side of their shirts. Anyway, it's all very natty design. But the Sky Blues, Eamon Lee-Burge with the kick, plays it into the Wycombe half. It's flicked on there by Biamo. It comes from Vicente. Oh, it's found McNulty on the own goal, and the keeper saves at McNulty's feet. And then Biamo tries to turn it in, but puts it wide. And the Sky Blues get a chance inside the first minute. Vicente sending McNulty through. His first touch just a little heavy, and the keeper Scott Brown did well to save at his feet, and Biamo rather snatched at the rebound. Early chance, Andy Morrell.
Great start. What a pass by Vicente. Found McNulty on one-on-one with the keeper, just a bit too big with his touch, I think. Keeper came out, smothered it, and Biamo couldn't turn it into the net on the half turn. Well, great start.
But the Sky Blues scored in the second minute against Cheltenham. They very nearly scored in the first minute there, but not to be. And keeper is wearing a very garish kit, yellow with various colours coming out of it. It's the Sky Blues with Jordan Willis played it long, almost found Biamo, and the ball bouncing in the centre, and Wycombe play it forward. That'll be intercepted by Rob McDonald, who is fouled. Sky Blues have Jack Grimmer at right, but mentioned Lee-Burge a goal. Jack Grimmer at right back, Chris Stokes at left back, Rod McDonald on the left of the two central defenders, and Jordan Willis on the right. Central midfield players Michael Doyle and Tom Bayliss. Here's Jordan Shipley, who plays it out to the left. Wing to Stokes, comes back to Shipley with a cross, and that scramble clear. So Shipley at the moment on the left hand side with Peter Vincenti on the right, Mark McNulty and Max Biamo, the main front two. McNulty's just doing 1 or 2 stretching exercises there, as if something might have tightened a little bit. It's a throw into the Sky Blues on the far side. The Sky Blues left. Stokes, having taken the throw in, gets the ball back, gives it to Michael Doyle. Doyle to Shipley. First time touch from Shipley isn't directed where he intended it, and the Sky Blues are able to get it back to their keeper Lee-Burge, who can start again, looking for a second home win in a row. The ball is played into the Wycombe half. It's headed away. It comes to Peter Vincenti. Vincenti on the halfway line, slides it forward to Shipley, back to Vincenti. Vincente forward to Biamo. He's tightly marked and has the ball taken off him, and the ball is hit high in the air by Wycombe towards the left-hand side, and Nathan Tyson headed it down the left, but Jack Grimmer gets the better of him and still holds on to it. Grimmer, and does well, sees off Tyson, plays a 1-2 with Bayliss, and then Grimmer's ball forward is a little overhit. Pitch looking a little bit worn. It's not too bad. It's holding up quite well to all its use, but it's cutting up a little bit. There is another rugby match here tomorrow, but the Sky Blues don't play here again till New Year's Day. The punt upfield from the Wycombe goalkeeper, and that was a dangerous kick straight down the middle, and Rob McDonald was forced to head it out for a throw, and that was direct, Andy, but quite effective.
Just landed on the edge of the box, and I thought he might have left it go and let the keeper get it, but he's headed it out. It's better safe than sorry, I suppose.
League One game that's slightly curiously kicked off at 7 o'clock this afternoon, and Gillingham are 2-0 up against Fleetwood at half time. It's a throw in to Wycombe Wanderers. First hint of them trying to mount an attack, but it comes to nothing as Chris Stokes clears. It's clear, it doesn't go too far, and it's picked up by Sam Saunders. Wycombe are forced backwards, though, all the way back to their goalkeeper, Scott Brown. He plays it again. A big kick from Brown, and it's flicked on. It will come out to their... Actually came off the head of Jordan Willis. Nathan Tyson is content to let it roll out. Experienced player to the side, 35 years of age now. Nathan Tyson's played for 11 different league clubs. The ball's aimed towards him there, he can't get to it, and Max Biamo just in danger of being into trouble here as he heads back towards his own goal. He gives it to Jack Grimmer in the corner, and Grimmer goes for safety and kicks it into touch. A lot of experience in this Wycombe Wanderers side, saying the average age is 30. It's plenty of experience.
Well, look, just looking at the three strikers, there's plenty of goals there in their careers, those three.
Yeah. From Fenway. Sandy in the middle there, looking to threat. Jacobson with a cross. Keeper saves his line, and Aquin gets his head to that. The referee decides he committed a foul. He said it was his shirt that was pulled. But the big striker, who did score here last season in the Checkatrade Trophy semi-final, to just make it a nice nervous night for Sky Blues fans, and they have been 2-0 up, and he got that goal. But Sky Blues hung on and got their famous day at Wembley.
Stop crosses coming in your box. I think that's the thought for the night.
Yeah, indeed. And Burge, he didn't come for that cross. He kicks it into the Wycombe half. Two Wycombe players go for it. They slightly misjudge it. Tom Bayliss is able to get his boot to it. Hits it forward towards the corner. Mark McNulty gives chase, trying to force the defender to play it, but can't quite get there. And it'll be a throw-in right by the corner flag for Wycombe Wanderers in the playoffs last season. And currently in the playoff places this season. Their manager, Gareth Ainsworth, I read, is apparently the fourth longest serving manager in the top four divisions in the English League. With Arsene Wenger obviously one of the four ahead of him. It's a referee stop play here, and I think this is because there's a Wycombe player who's down. I'm not sure he's actually given a free kick or anything. He's just checking with him. He's telling the physio you can't come on, which slightly odd since he stopped play. So anyway, referee Tony Harrington, a championship referee normally, so stepping down a couple of divisions. There's sometimes a perception that referees aren't always at their best when they do that, but we'll see. Tony Harrington has, I think, decided on a drop ball here. And there'll be the usual negotiations about what we're going to do with this drop ball. Why can't we just have a drop ball? But I think it's going to be Wycombe are going to kick it to Lee Burge. Watch it carefully, it's hit quite hard. It bounces into the penalty area. And Lee Burge then with possession for the Sky Blues. 0-0 in the early stages. Sky Blues so nearly ahead in the first minute. The ball's played long into the Wycombe half. Max Biama looks at the referee, felt he was impeded, nothing given. Good header by Vincente to get the ball infield to Bayliss. Bayliss turns and gives the ball to Jack Grimmer. Grimmer now running towards the penalty area. McNulty waiting. The pass is played out to the left-hand side. Chris Stokes says, I'll take that. First time cross, headed away, not very convincingly, and then scrambled away by Wycombe. Good break from the Sky Blues. But Wycombe now trying to counter-attack. A ball played down the middle, but won by the Sky Blues comfortably. Here's Tom Bayliss. Plays it for Mark McNulty to chase. He's probably just overhit that. McNulty can't quite reach it, and it's out for a goal kick. But the idea is appreciated. The Sky Blues certainly playing some urgent passes in the danger area.
Yeah, definitely. Grimmer going on the underlap, and I think his pass was just behind McNulty there. He could have done it with him in front of him, but Stokes was bombing on as a left back, and a good cross, but defended well as well by Wycombe.
Goal kick to Wycombe Wanderers, who have brought a lot of their supporters here. Just one block of seats, but they're probably filled about 3/4 of that block. The goal kick from the keeper goes straight into touch. There'll be a throw in to Coventry City halfway inside their own half. Well, the spectators giving the ball to Jack Grimmer, so he has to go and fetch it himself. And Grimmer will take the throw. Throws it down the line, down the Sky Blues right. I think Vincente is adjudged to have fouled. Two Wycombe players on him. It's Vincente is adjudged to have committed the foul. Free kick to Wycombe just inside their own half. So They're going to leave for their goalkeeper. Arsenal-Liverpool in action tonight. That one's currently goalless. Goalless here as well. And this free kick taken by Scott Brown, the Wycombe Wanderers goalkeeper, and plays a lot high ball. It's going to go straight to Lee Burge. You can see what they're doing, Andy Morrell, the long ball in towards the edge of the area for the big powerful strikers to attack.
It's just, yeah, I think that's their game plan, is to play up to the front three and just get bits off that. I think they'll go off Akinfenwa especially, and hope the other two will pick up second balls off them and put pressure on the Cov City defence that way.
Lee Burge's punt results in Tom Bayliss winning possession and giving it to Jack Grimm on the right. Good strong tackle comes in on him from Nathan Tyson, and that'll be a throw into Coventry City. And the right, about 5 metres from the corner flag. It's going to go for a long throw, Jack Grimmer. Although Tom Bayliss is making himself available short, but Grimmer waves him away. Takes the throw in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, headed by Vincente. Biamo couldn't quite get on the end of it, and it's cleared by Wycombe. And Rob McDonald heads for safety into touch for a Wycombe throw, which they want to take quickly. And it'll be taken by Matthew Bloomfield, their captain. Ball played towards the edge of the area. Here's Akinfenwa. Control it with his arm there. It looked like from here, but I think it was on the blind side of the referee. And play carried on, and Akinfenwa was almost through there. Eventually it's knocked out for a Wycombe corner.
You don't want to get into a fight with him on the edge of the box. You don't want to be wrestling him, do you? You want to not let him know you're there.
It is an incredible career, Akinfenwa. I tell you that he's always been in the bottom two divisions, but he's always been in the Football League. He's made 580 senior appearances, scoring 189 goals. In goes the corner, and it's caught by Lee Burge, who straight away, the idea was right. The execution wasn't, but he was fouled, Lee Burge. Not that that was going to do much good, because the punt was aimed at Jack Grimmer, but he was just impeded as at Jordan Shipley rather. He was just impeded before he could reach Shipley. Nathan Tyson's given he's not given a ticket off, he's given a yellow card. The referee felt that Tyson deliberately prevented Lee Burge from playing the ball quickly, and so a yellow card for Nathan Tyson.
Good intention, wasn't it? Try and get in there, counter quickly on them.
Free kick taken by Burge. It's high towards the edge of the penalty area. Biamo up for it. Beaten to it by Anthony Stewart. Wycombe haven't got the ball away from their half yet, and eventually it's volleyed forward by Luke O'Neill, who scored the winning goal against Chesterfield in their last game, and across comes Rob McDonald to knock it out for a Wycombe Wanderers throw on the far side. Throw in down the line. It's a kick towards the edge of the penalty area, and Chris Stokes got his boot to it and just managed to get it away back towards Lee Burge, and Lee Burge keeps it in. Takes the ball. Akinfenwa stands menacingly just outside the penalty area, right on the D now. Lee Burge close to carrying that out of the area, I would have thought. Anyway, it's punt up towards the edge of the penalty area. It comes to Vincente. Vincente squares it for Shipley. He's trying to make room maybe for a shot. He's forced out wide. He lays it off for Chris Stokes. First time cross from Stokes is cleared. Comes to Shipley. Might shoot now, left-footed. Right. Hits a defender inside the penalty area. It was a decent strike from Shipley, but blocked. And the Sky Blues try again with Chris Stokes with a cross that's headed away. Not the best cross that time from Stokes, but Doyle whips it back in. Oh, it turns into a shot. It's gone in. Michael Doyle has scored a sensational goal. Did he mean that? But doesn't matter. It's gone in. He was right out on the left wing, about 40 yards from the goal line, and he's volleyed it towards goal. The keeper off his line, desperately trying to scramble back and couldn't reach it as the ball dropped in, and Michael Doyle scores. It's Coventry City 1, Wycombe Wanderers 0.
BBC Coventry and Warwickshire, loving every Sky Blues goal.
So here's the question, Andy, did he mean it?
That is I remember him doing it when I was here playing it, running away from goal, ball back, first time, ball back into the box. You know, defenders are moving out, attackers can gamble on it and go for it. He's just hit it sweet as a nut, hasn't he? It's gone flying over the keeper.
I'll tell you what, Clive,
Great
you
goal.
try telling Doyle that's not deliberate. You try telling him afterwards.
I'll have him.
Well, it's a goal for the Sky Blues. Maybe a fortuitous one, but it did come from a decent spell of, and they were getting the ball into the penalty area, and if you do that, that sort of thing can happen.
Absolutely, and they've been on the front foot right from the start. First 15 minutes, they've been right on the positive with their passing, playing forwards. The two in midfield have won the battle against the three against the Wycombe three in there, and I think they've been right on the front foot from the start.
Doyle's second goal of the season for the Sky Blues. His 22nd league goal for the club. I don't think any of them from that far out.
Clive, he'll want that in the goal of the season list, whatever happens. He'll demand that goes in as a contender, won't he?
I think, he will. Free kick to Wycombe. The Sky Blues then lead by 1-0. And Lee Burge collects the ball with Crowbar, encouraging Lee Burge to shoot. And the reason why, I suppose, and it is a bit of a gamble that Wycombe take, Scott Brown, the goalkeeper, does come out for these free kicks a long way out. That wasn't the case with the goal, but if he miscues one, then he could be in trouble.
Quick counter, that's what they've tried to do already, haven't they?
Well, Vincente is just scythed to the ground there by Sam Saunders. Free kick to the Sky Blues. Gareth Ainsworth was furious on the bench, but I think he was furious with his own player, not with the referee, for a rather lazy foul. And it's a free kick to Coventry City inside their own penalty area, taken by Jordan Willis. That's got all the way to the keeper, who's dropped it. Can Biamo force it home? The referee judges Biamo to have fouled. That's Brown came out for it, and the referee protecting the goalkeeper there from the strikers.
It's annoying, isn't it? Yeah. Very annoying. But yeah, a bit nervous now, the keeper. Let one in over his head and then just drop one. Put balls in the box. Keep doing it.
And the Sky Blues heading the ball away from their own penalty area, and Wycombe now coming forward. It's a good ball into the penalty area, and Lee Burge comes after the Sky Blues took an early lead against Cheltenham. Cheltenham had a really good spell and ended up getting the equaliser, so the Sky Blues want to respond better to scoring that goal here. And Lee Burge holds it. Mentioned that the Sky Blues' average age for their starting lineup is 25 compared to Wycombe's 30. Bearing in mind that includes Michael Doyle, who's 36. Just push that average age up a little bit. Ball's played over the top, and that will bounce to Lee Burge.
He's still as fit as anybody, though.
Yeah, well, he never misses a game.
Yeah.
That's the remarkable thing about him. That's why he passed 700 career appearances recently. Burge punts it upfield into the Wycombe half. A bit too high for Biamo, but Doyle gets it and gives it to Shipley. First time ball to Biamo. Biamo tries a shot, and that goes wide and out for a goal kick, but decent strike from Max Biamo, who desperately wants his first league goal from the Sky Blues. And maybe that's how he'll get it eventually, just a speculative shot from somewhere.
Really good play though, wasn't it? Doyle falling on the second ball. Little 1-2 round the corner and just fell nicely. He had to take it on. You just want one of them nestling, don't you, in the far corner for your first league goal.
It's played into the Wycombe half, and Jordan Willis stands up to Akin Fenway well there to head the ball away. Comes back though from Wycombe. Good header again from Willis. It's still there though. Akin Fenway now gets a header forward, and it's Jack Grimmer who hooks the ball clear. It's picked up by McNulty, who lobs it for Max Biamo to chase, and getting the idea right, the execution not quite get enough angle on the ball, and it's easily gathered by Scott Brown, who is an experienced goalkeeper. He spent 10 years at Cheltenham, making nearly 300 appearances. He did play last season when the Sky Blues won 4-2 at Wycombe in the Checkatrade Trophy group match. And in fact, he wasn't a Wycombe regular last season and looked certain to be sold back to Cheltenham until Gareth Ainsworth had a change of heart and obviously decided he was going to have him as first choice keeper, so cancelled the transfer. So free kick to Wycombe inside the Sky Blues half. Joe Jacobson.
So narrow. Look how narrow everyone is. All the bodies in within 15 yards of everyone. They're looking for second balls.
Yeah, it is. Very striking, isn't it? Straight through the middle, and the ball's lobbed and headed in towards goal. That one bounces to the hands of Lee Burge. They just look to cause chaos inside the penalty area. And Sky Blues will have to be alert to that. Vincente now on the left-hand side. Plays it to Stokes, and Jordan Shipley's also on the left, so they're both there on the left as Shipley now plays the ball towards Mark McNulty on the right at the corner of the penalty area. McNulty into, looking for Grimmer, and needed an intervention from Nathan Tyson, which results in the Sky Blues getting their first corner of the game. And out comes Jordan Shipley to take the corner in front of those Wycombe fans. Tom Bayliss making himself available for the short corner. Sky Blues have left two players back. As the corner's played left-footed into the penalty area. It's attacked by Biamo. It's clear from just in front of the line. Tom Bayliss gets it back to Shipley, who's on the corner of the penalty area now. He curls it in and headed over his own bar there by Dan Scarr. And the Sky Blues get another corner. In the moment, Coventry City on top. They lead by a goal to nil. Shipley to go and take the corner, and again Bayliss available for the short corner. And this time Sky Blues leave just one man back as the corner's curled in. Oh, it hits the bar. The corner almost went straight in with the goalkeeper scrambling across. Sky Blues thought the keeper might have got a hand to it. He didn't, according to the officials, but Shipley almost scoring direct from a corner.
Putting him under pressure, put the ball on him, causing problems, make him catch it. It's good, real good delivery on both corners there.
Clive, the club's own Twitter account has already decided that Michael Doyle's goal is goal of the season. They've already said so.
Yeah. The ball is played into the Sky Blues half. It's flicked on by Akron Fenway. Grimmer happy to see the ball bounce out. Both teams appealing for the throw-in. And the referee originally gave it to the Sky Blues, but changed his mind on the advice of the assistant, who says quite a long way away from it, although he's looking directly down the line. And the throw-in has gone Wycombe's way. Jacobson looks set for a long throw here. Still hasn't taken it yet. Does now, and in it goes towards Akron Fenway, who gets his head to it. There's a lot of shirt pulling going on, and the Akron Fenway gets a hold of it, gives it to Jacobson. Not a good ball from him, but it's not very well cleared by the Sky Blues. Bayliss not getting it away convincingly. It comes out to Jacobson again on the left wing, level with the penalty area. He fires the ball in across the area. It's scrambled away by Jordan Shipley. It's back with Wycombe, who lobbed the ball towards the area then from Anthony Stewart. The Sky Blues clear again. Then the ball's lobbed in again, headed away by Rob McDonald. Longest real sort of test of the Sky Blues defence here. Jordan Willis heads that one away with Wycombe claiming a push. And now Jordan Shipley volleys it clear. And the Sky Blues deal with their first sort of sustained challenge.
They just keep putting it back in. It's relentless, isn't it? Everything that's bouncing, any second balls that Wycombe picking up, they're just hooking back in and leaving in there to try and make Cov defend. And to be fair, they've stood up really well to the task at the moment, and they keep heading the ball away.
Michael Doyle does well to shepherd the ball out on halfway, and then turns and glares at Sam Saunders. I think he felt give him a little bit of a kick. So throw into the Sky Blues on the far side. Leading by a goal to nil here at the Ricoh Arena. First of 4 games in 11 days. Where will the Sky Blues be at the end of those 4 games? It's another throw-in for them. On the left. And, Port Vale and Carlisle to come in away matches before they play on New Year's Day here against Chesterfield. The ball is with Jordan Shipley for the Sky Blues. Manages to squeeze it through to Stokes. Stokes with a cross. McNulty with a header, and Vincente tried to turn it in with a defender in front of him as McNulty headed it across the 6-yard box. That was a chance for the Sky Blues. It's back with them. Jack Grimmer on the right. He chips it forward. That's headed out. The Sky Blues still threatening.
Real good quality as well. Every chance that the fullbacks are getting, they're going, because the 3 strikers for Wycombe don't want to go and defend. So any time that they got good possession, off they go. And Stokes has put in some great crosses already.
Here's Jack Grimmer. Grimmer squares it to Shipley. Shipley thought about a shot, gives it to Doyle instead. Doyle probably thought he was too close to shoot there. Sorry, it's McNulty. Tries to get there Vincente. Vincente is penalised. he doesn't like it. Free kick to Wycombe. It's interesting about Chris Stokes because it was a criticism of him, certainly from some supporters, and probably why he lost his place to Ryan Haynes. Although he was doing the defensive work well, he wasn't really getting forward. He had just come back from a whole season out injured, and so I think he felt it was difficult for him to get forward. But now, since he's come back into the side, he's looked a lot more an attacking threat.
Well, I remember him at Forest Green when we used to play him at Wrexham. He would bomb on, and his quality was really, really good. It's just getting that back into your game after a really long absence.
Ball's lobbed over the top by Wycombe. Here's Akinfenwa looking for a first-time volley, but Doyle did well to get in his way and prevent the shot. And the Sky Blues get it back inside their own half with Peter Vincente. Vincente forward, tries to find McNulty. It's intercepted. Bayliss survives a high boot there and does well to turn. And Bayliss now racing towards goal. Bayliss still going. Can he get a goal in? He plays it out to McNulty on the right. McNulty to Bayliss, swings and misses. Comes out to Shipley and he's in for Stokes. Stokes shoots over the bar. Couple of chances there. Bayliss, who scored in his debut. You thought he might pull the trigger. In the end, he didn't. Got it to McNulty. And eventually came to Stokes, who put it over the bar.
Brave in the centre of midfield, wasn't he? Took a bit of a kick, but then drove straight towards goal. I think he chose the wrong option. I thought he had a better pass inside the pitch on goal, but he played it out wide, and unfortunately it came to nothing.
In the Premier League, Liverpool have taken the lead against Arsenal through Coutinho. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 1. Sky Blues leading by goals to 0 against Wycombe. Jordan Shipley just lets the ball run away from him inside his own half there, which will allow Wycombe to try and launch an attack, but Michael Doyle intercepts the attempted through ball by Sam Saunders and then finds Bayliss. Bayliss through the middle, trying to... Oh my God, he's flagged. Didn't look offside from here. It doesn't really matter because I think the keeper was always going to get there first anyway. So I thought there was a man on the far side playing him on, but then I'm not directly in line, as the assistant is. And the free kick goes Wycombe's way.
Unlucky, wasn't it? Good pass, real good pass. I didn't think he was offside either, but probably just a bit overhit anyway.
A free kick to Wycombe again. Scott Brown, long way out of his goal to take the free kick. Well, they were showing a bit more width now, but Nathan Tyson now comes inside. So once again, it's all pushed in through the middle, and the ball's played over the top through the middle. And Jack Grimmer wins the header, running backwards. It's played back in the area. And Wycombe felt there was a foul there by Bayliss on Sam Saunders just outside the area. The referee was very close to it, saw nothing wrong with it, and gives a goal kick. So it remains 1-0 to Coventry City. And Lee Burge to take this goal kick. The Sky Blues are fighting for Christmas Day off here. As the manager Mark Robbins telling me before the game, because they're playing on a Friday night, at the moment his plan is to give them Christmas Day off, but that might change if the result doesn't go well today. What are you doing with your players? Part-timers? Are you going to have them in on Christmas Day?
No, they're off, unfortunately. We'll see them tomorrow, and then they'll turn up for the game tomorrow and then turn up for the game on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
That's it. I'll send them a message.
The ball is played over the top by Wycombe, and a bit of hesitation. The Sky Blues defence, Chris Stokes eventually takes responsibility. He was looking for an offside, but point about playing to the whistle there applied, but eventually he did head the ball back to his keeper safely. And Lee Burge, he goes for a high kick through the middle. Have a taste of their own medicine for Wycombe. The ball is knocked out towards the wings, and Wycombe pick it up there, and it's played down the left channel for Nathan Tyson, but well anticipated by Jordan Willis, who curls the ball down the right hand side. And here's Max Biama getting very close attention. He felt he was pulled back, and the assistant referee has given it. It was Dan Scarr, former Stourbridge player on loan from Birmingham City, just pulled Max Biamo back just outside the area, and it was the assistant referee looking straight across who raised his flag, and the Sky Blues get a free kick.
It was a percentage ball, wasn't it? Just played in by Willis, and Biami's gone after it and done well. Big strong boy he is, backed in, and definite free kick for me. He pulled his shirt.
So just outside the area, two-man wall right on the corner of the area. Jordan Shipley to take it, wants him to deliver a good ball in, and Peter Vincente comes and joins him, has a word with him. On the head, son, perhaps, is what he's saying, as he goes back into the penalty area, just to the edge of the 6-yard box. And Shipley flies in, and it is on Vincente's head, but he glances it just wide. It was just a fraction high for him. and he was leaning back slightly as well, but not a bad delivery.
No, very good. They must have set that up, just a little chat, put it on the edge, like you said, and it's a good chance, really. He's 6 yards out, just glanced it, but just not got enough on it to put it on target.
29 minutes gone. It's Coventry City 1, Wycombe Wanderers 0. BBC Coventry and Warwickshire, live from the Ricoh Arena. First of 4 Sky Blues matches are bringing in the next 11 days. Plenty of other sport as well. The ball is headed up towards the halfway line. Here's Nathan Tyson for Wycombe. Plays the ball back, and it's Jacobson who plays it towards the edge of the area. Michael Doyle heads towards his own goal, and Lee Burge comes out. The ball's headed past him by Mikhail Smith out to the left. Burge is back in position now as Tyson looks to cross. That's blocked by Jordan Willis. It's bouncing around the area. Doyle heads it away. Still a threat here, and a rather silly foul from Max Biamo late on Jacobson there, as Jacobson sought to play the ball into the area. He's pleading his innocence, but
he didn't need to do it, did he? No. Gives them an opportunity to put it in dangerous area.
So, set piece opportunity for Wycombe Wanderers. 50 minutes to go to half time. There are a few coaches in the stand here. Everyone complaining the Sky Blues aren't leaving anybody up, but they've got everyone back to defend the free kick. Often the modern way these days. And Jacobson over the ball, just a one-man wall. And the ball is whipped in, and it's, well, firmly headed by Chris Stokes. Can't quite direct it out for a throw-in, so he has to concede the corner. But defended that one solidly. Corner to Wycombe, their second.
If you bring everybody back, they can put more bodies in the box. So if you leave a couple up, it might take a couple out. Do you know what I mean?
Well, they have left one up for the corner. Mark McNulty stayed up in the centre circle. And just as the corner's about to be taken, the referee blows his whistle. A bit of shirt pulling going on in the middle. So one thing the Sky Blues will have to be careful of. There's a lot of it going on because Wycombe get very tight to their men. They're very competitive. And usually it's the defenders that get the decision. But we see, often enough, if the referee sees a defender pull a shirt, he might give a penalty. They've got to be wary of that, the Sky Blues. And in goes this corner. It's not a very good delivery, and Jack Grimmer doesn't actually get hold of the clearance too well. But then it wasn't great football all round, really. Luke Need then overhits the ball back to the corner taker, and it goes straight out for a goal kick.
They'll be grateful.
Yeah.
Poor delivery in, wasn't it?
1-0 Coventry City lead. Michael Doyle the scorer. Stuart Linnell with us. Your thoughts so far, Stuart? Happy from a Sky Blues point of view?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, apart from Doyle's incredible goal, Clive, and it really was sensational. Well worth watching if you get the chance to see that on TV highlights. I tell you who's caught my eye this evening again, as he did last week, Tom Bayliss in midfield. His running has been incredible, getting to positions to create opportunities that otherwise wouldn't be there, helping out his defence. I mean, he's been absolutely tireless in the middle of the park.
Ball's played towards the edge of the area, and it's half cleared, and it comes now to Tyson. Tyson tries to squeeze a cross in and gets it through. 2 Sky Blues players did well, but it goes out for a goal kick. It's interesting in the debate about, it sort of in a way relates to the debate about Ponticelli, those who argue that Robbins isn't prepared to give the young lad a chance. He was saying after the game on Saturday that people were telling him that Bayliss wasn't quite ready yet to be thrown straight into the first team, but he said, well, when is he ready? We've got to put him in some point.
But when he comes in as a kid, you want to do well, the adrenaline's going, and you'll have 3 or 4 games where you do well. It's can he maintain that level of consistency that'll make him stay in the team. But he's been fantastic, like you say. Really drives well with it, doesn't he? Runs with the ball. And
commits a foul.
Rather, he's feisty as well.
He's feisty. Didn't get a yellow card actually against. Is he getting one here? Oh, that looks harsh.
He did throw a punch, Clive. I'm afraid, just as he got up off the floor, having committed that foul, it was with Sam Saunders, the Wycombe number 7. And I don't know whether Saunders said something or what, but there was a little bit of a fist flying towards Saunders. Madrid pulled back off it, but I think the referee had seen the intention.
So it is a yellow card, so it's 2 yellow cards in 2 games for Tom Bayliss. Luckily, at the stage of the season where you need 10 before you have to worry about suspensions. It's a free kick to Wycombe inside their own half. Left-footed ball towards the edge of the area. It's allowed to bounce. The Sky Blues eventually get it away with Jordan Willis hook it clear. Just for a moment the Sky Blues threatened to break, but it's picked up by Wycombe, and Jacobson plays it in again, headed away by Doyle, and just a sense there the Sky Blues might, if the ball had been right a couple of times, they might just have been able to catch Wycombe a bit square, but the ball's played long by the Wycombe keeper, and it's headed back in and lobbed forward by Wycombe again by Sam Saunders, and Jack Grimmer goes to collect, trying to bring the ball out of trouble. He ends up being forced out wide and ends up hitting it out for a throw into Wycombe. 10 metres from the Sky Blues goal line. Jacobson to take it. Level with the Sky Blues penalty area. Rico in a fairly quiet, might be a slightly bigger crowd than in the last couple of games, partly because of the away following. And the ball is won well by McNulty in defence, and Vicente clears, finds Biamo back to goal, wearing very bright pink boots and going the wrong direction at the moment, Biamo, but still keeping the ball. Oh, and his pass to Grimmer is a bit short, and Biamo has to go back and win it again right in the corner, and he's kept it in, and then he hasn't kept it in. It's gone out for a throw-in to Wycombe. He tried our Biamo there, but not quite.
There was nobody to set it to. Yeah. There was nobody to set it to. He kept trying to. I want somebody to play it to.
He needs a throw in then to Wycombe by the corner flag. 10 minutes to go to half time. Sky Blues obviously want to be ahead at half time, leading by a goal to nil. Looking to move up to 4th in the League 2 table, at least until tomorrow's games, but certainly overtake Wycombe. The throw in. Vicente battling to win it, and he's fouled. That's good work from Vicente. Draws the foul out of Nathan Tyson, who shakes his head. And it's a free kick to the Sky Blues.
Very clever. Got his body in, didn't he? And just go down. If there's any slight contact, you'll get a free kick for that. Takes a little bit of pressure off.
So Lee Burge goes across to take the free kick. By the corner flag. So whilst the Sky Blues have kept a clean sheet, they had a lot of clean sheets early in the season. They, I think, have only once conceded more than one goal in the last 6 games, but haven't kept any clean sheets in any of them. So they're due for one of them. Keep a clean sheet today, then they win the game. Here's Michael Doyle, finds Jordan Shipley. It's got Chris Stokes making a run outside him. Shipley gives it to Stokes. Stokes on the left, level with the penalty area. First time ball in. Biamo tries to get on the end of it. Before the referee committed a foul.
I'm not sure about that.
No, I was looking towards the assistant when the referee blew his whistle and thought it must have been offside, but the flag didn't go up. Clearly the referee saw a foul there by Biamo. That's a free kick to Wycombe. In the Championship there's a game going on. It's one game per division today for some reason, and Brentford are 1-0 up at Norwich. The ball's played long by Wycombe and headed forward by Akron Fenway, and Jordan Willis gets across and knocks it out for a Wycombe throw. Jacobson to take the throw in. Pitch is cutting up a little bit now. Jacobson with the throw. And the ball is ricocheted off Bayliss' shins by Saunders. So another throw in to Wycombe Wanderers. On their left, deep inside the Sky Blues half. The throw finds man unmarked there in Luke O'Neill. He plays it back to halfway. Anthony Stewart slightly miscues his attempt to ball forward. Sky Blues felt that Nathan Tyson had come back from an offside position there, but the flag didn't go up. And it's a throw into Wycombe. Jacobson takes it quickly, finds Saunders, who clearly orchestrates a lot of what they do in midfield. He has it again and gives it out to the left-hand side, and Dan Scar's high ball into the Sky Blues half is headed away by McDonald under close attention from Akron Fenway, and then Doyle finds Biamo, who turns, tries to thread it through to McDonald, can't quite slot it through, and the clearance from Wycombe is chased down here by Mikhail Smith, who goes for an early cross just too high from Akron Fenway, and the ball goes out for a throw in. I was half expecting the ground to shake a bit as Akron Fenway jumped a fair way and landed, but Sky was almost caught out. It would have been a bit unlucky.
How quickly it can change, isn't it? Little through ball, possibility of a goal scoring opportunity at one end, big clearance, and they're in, and it's a cross into the box, and just too high for Akron Fenway.
Jack Grimace steals a few metres with the throw in down the line, and Vicente is sandwiched, and the ball eventually is headed out by Tom Bayliss. So Wycombe will get a throw. Wycombe have a fair amount of possession inside the Sky Blues half. Haven't really created clear-cut chances, but they've caused some anxiety inside the Sky Blues penalty area once or twice. And here again, it is into the area, and Mikhail Smith heads the ball forward and then chases it. But Lee Burge stands firm and takes the ball cleanly. Burge bounces the ball a couple of times. Kicks it left-footed. It's flicked on by Biama, but there's no one there chasing that, so it goes all the way to Scott Brown in the Wycombe goal. And Brown's long kick. Scott was having to race backwards, run backwards, and a good firm header from Jordan Willis. Lob forward again. It's headed on by Wycombe yet again. It's Willis who heads it away. Bayliss goes up high. He felt he was fouled there by Luca Ning. Plenty of support from the crowd, but not from the referee. Vincente now clears for the Sky Blues, and it was kept in by Wycombe, but only by playing the ball to Vincente, who spots McNulty in a fast position. It was a good piece of defending by Anthony Stewart to get his head onto the ball, but McNulty has picked it up on the left wing, and now fires it in right-footed into the bottom corner of the net, and Mark McNulty makes it 5-6, and the Sky Blues lead by 2-0 here against Wycombe Wanderers. Mark McNulty the scorer.
BBC Coventry and Warwickshire, loving every Sky Blues goal.
And I'm sure our striker Andy Morrell would admire a striker's finish.
I'm admiring the pass. Vincente's pass picks him out. He sees it early. Big diag. Great defending, to be fair. He got a little touch on it, but then one-on-one McNulty in the box, shifted it again, and nice little thing. Didn't rip the net off, did it? Just placed it lovely in the bottom corner, out of the reach of the keeper. Great finish.
A lot of talk, Stuart, and phoning last week about the ratio of goals per chance as well. He had one really good chance early in the game. That's his second chance, so it's 1 out of 2. It's not bad.
And it could well be the manager knows a thing or two. Mark Robbins has been saying to us all season, hasn't he, that Mark McNulty is the best striker in this division. He's the man that can take Coventry City back up to League One, and maybe the manager knew what he was talking about, despite all the criticism for those chances that Mark McNulty has missed up until now. As you say, Clive, that's 5-6. Andy Morrell, that's not a bad record by anybody's standard,
that,
is it?
Wouldn't you? But you back your players. As a manager, you back them. Back your players, and especially in the press, players read it, you know, and if you keep saying that, no, he's good, eventually it'll turn, it will.
And the composure there was absolutely superb, wasn't it? I mean, he really took it so well.
Just faced up the lad, faced him up, shifted his body, didn't move the ball really, and then it's a little touch, and then he took it, touch bang, and it's gone right in the bottom corner.
And the anxiety last week, Clive, when we scored so early against Cheltenham, went 1-0 up in the first minute, and then the game was so open because there's no way Cheltenham could park the bus after that, even if they were intended to in the first place. The anxiety was that if they scored, which they did, what would then happen? Now, as it turns out, we came back to win 2-1. We always needed that extra goal. Now, though, with a 2-goal cushion, you have to say, unless they do something silly, this one looks as though, you know, it's early days, isn't it? But it looks as though it could come right.
Don't jinx it.
No, don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Okay.
But by scoring early, you talked about the 2 banks of 4 that teams come and
they
put.
Can't do that.
They can't.
No.
Game plan's out the window. So really good to score early, and then obviously get a second just before half-time. It's crucial.
Well, the Sky Blues have only conceded more than 1 in the league twice this season. They conceded 2 at Morecambe, which Michael Doyle dubbed their worst performance of the season so far, and 2 at Yeovil. I've got a break, by the way, because Anthony Stewart is requiring some attention for Wycombe. They're having a bit of a time-out and getting their half-time talking too early from Gareth Ainsworth. McNulty, by the way, is now the Sky Blues top scorer with 9 goals. Looks like they're going to have to make a substitution here, Wycombe. He's overtaken Duckins Nazon as their top scorer. Well, their defence is already disrupted by the loss of El Abd, a very experienced player. He's replaced by a young man on loan. And now they're going to lose Anthony Stewart as well, by the looks of things. 25-year-old. He looks as if he sort of wants to carry on, but has been told he can't, and now he's got an arm around the physio and an arm around a teammate as he hobbles off. He's going to be replaced by de Havilland, Will de Havilland, who's former Sheffield Wednesday and Millwall trainee, less experienced. He's actually been loaned out to Aldershot during the course of this season. So it's certainly not a first choice defence that Gareth Ainsworth has got out now. He didn't at the start of the game, and he has it even less so now. Not that will worry the Sky Blues any. They've of course got their own well-documented injury problems. They lead by 2-0 through Michael Doyle and new top scorer Mark McNulty. And the ball is, it's a free kick for the Sky Blues, and Rob McDonald takes it, aims for Vincente, and well, Vincente has gone down holding his head.
That looks bad. That looks bad.
Wycombe are calling the physio on quickly.
It's his leg, I think, Clive. I think he's holding his head in the pain.
Yeah. Oh, this is terrible news.
It's his right leg
There's
that went.
a lot of concern from the Wycombe players there, calling the physio on. Sam Saunders was waving frantically physio, saying to her, "Don't wait for the referee, just get on." And that's a blow from Vincente.
That's the end of Peter Vincente's night, isn't it?
I think so. Let's hope this is not as bad as first indications suggest. But 5 minutes of stoppage time to be added, and that will be from now. So threatens to be a long night. But Vincente, or from when they restart, I should say, Vincente requiring treatment.
And a stretcher coming out as well.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, physio was patting him like, you know, you'll be all right, calm down. That's not a good sign, is it?
It's a great shame.
You could tell straight away, though, couldn't you, that he's rolling about, patting it in the floor, frustration, you know.
Yeah. Defender did make a back for him a little bit.
He just spun him out of the way, didn't he? Just nudged him out of the way.
It appeared to be the way he landed, didn't
Yeah.
it? More than anything else. But Mark Robbins is calling young Kelly Evans over to him from doing his pre-match warm-up, his warm-up down the as a substitute down the touchline.
He replaced Vincente during the course of the game against Cheltenham. It's going to be a longer run from him now. Vincente still receiving treatment. We're trying to get the foot or the leg stable, whatever it is that he's injured.
He's on his feet.
Well, that's good to see. He's standing up, so maybe it wasn't quite as bad as at first thought. Yeah, he's putting a bit of weight on that leg, so it probably is the end of his night, but maybe it's not going to be quite as serious. And sportsmanship, a couple of Wycombe players, first they show concern for him, and now one or two just going over and shaking his hand. He'll hobble off. He certainly won't play any further part in this game, but maybe that won't be too bad an injury in the long term, although he's stopped now as he's trying to walk off. Have they actually brought Kelly Evans on yet? No, they haven't. So now Sky Blues are temporarily down to 10 men. Just to continue with Mark McNulty, he's top scorer now with 9. He's joint top scorer in the league now with Duckins Nazon with 6 for the Sky Blues. Vincente hobbling off. Devon Kelly Evans is ready to come on, so the next stoppage, the Sky Blues will be back up to 11 as Wycombe passing the ball around now to ironic cheers, I think, from their supporters. But the ball is played down the right hand side, and that might go out for a corner unless Lee Burge gets across. He can't. It just flicked off slow. Sky Blues don't want to give anything away before half time now. They will at least be back to the full complement because Devon Kelly Evans is coming on. His longest run out for a little while. And he takes his position to defend the corner, which will be taken by Joe Jacobson. On the right hand side. It feels important the Sky Blues keep this corner out now. And the ball is curled in, and Burge gets a little bit of a punch on it. The ball bounces kindly for the Sky Blues as Bayliss is able to get it away. And now Doyle though misses it a little bit, and it's back with Wycombe halfway inside the Sky Blues half. It's lobbed out towards the right hand side, headed away by Chris Stokes. Back there come Wycombe again, and good tackling from Devon Kelly Evans, but the ball bounces off Biamo, comes to Sam Saunders. It was Grimmer who did well, who I think was telling Lee Burge, don't pick it up in case that's deemed a pass back, but he did anyway. He stopped it with his hands, and good defending from Jack Grimmer. And the Sky Blues deal with that. Shipley's played it a little bit into no man's land down the left, though. Having said that, Mark McNulty is giving chase and forces the keeper into a fairly hurried clearance up towards the halfway line. Wycombe win a free kick. Difficult to know how long there is left now. We've played 49 minutes, but I reckon we restarted about 2 minutes ago, which means 3 minutes to go to half-time. In the Championship, Brentford now 2-0 up, and that's half-time now against Norwich. Or Lassie V, but getting both of them, and it's also half-time in the Premier League. Liverpool are 1 up and Arsenal. Here, free kick to Wycombe, just inside their own half. Still the Sky Blues haven't got it to half-time. The ball's floated in towards the edge of the area. Rob McDonald doesn't get a clean head onto it. Oh, it's a good strike and into the net, and Wycombe have got one back before half-time. It's Dan Scarr who's got it. Just what the Sky Blues desperately didn't want to happen. Dan Scarr volleying from outside the area. No chance of Lee Burge to reach that one. And it's game on again at Coventry City 2, Wycombe Wanderers 1.
And it's a great goal, to be fair. Just another ball into the box, and it headed out, edge of the box. He must be 24 yards out. Takes it on his chest, left foot volley, great technique, keeps it down, and bends around the keeper into the far corner.
Once again, the Sky Blues have not managed to keep a clean sheet. They've suddenly stopped doing that lately. They need to keep it down to 1 now as Wycombe win another free kick, and the Sky Blues aren't even guaranteed a lead at half-time yet. We've got a couple of minutes still to go. Potentially.
As much control as you have in a game, the way that Wycombe play, they're always one header from having a chance on goal. Do you know what I mean? Because it's so direct. Play off that one header and they're in on goal, so you just got to concentrate all the time. Well done, keeper.
Yeah, Lee Burge coming out to collect the ball and gathers it. So 7 games in a row now without keeping a clean sheet in the league. The last clean sheet the Sky Blues kept was at Luton when they won 3-0. The ball is played into the left-hand corner by the Sky Blues. And it's won well by Chris Stokes, while the referees decide that's a foul. Stokes will argue he was attacking the ball there. And the referee has given the free kick to Wycombe. We've still probably got about a minute to go to half-time.
That's not a free kick for me.
No.
Ball's there to be won, he's gone and won it. The geezer's stood. He stood.
Yeah, defender
he's just gone through him, yeah.
Wasn't making any great effort to play the ball himself, was he? Akron Fenwick heads the ball into the penalty. There's a chance here. Chris Stokes blocks the shot. Burge tries to get a punch. Was he foul? The referee says no and gives a corner to Wycombe. And Wycombe were very nearly level there at half-time. Now the game has changed. Sky Blues feel a sense of injustice, a bit of pushing and shoving going on now. They felt there was a foul on the keeper, and given the one that was given against Biamo, you can understand why the Sky Blues felt that
they want half-time, don't they?
Well, they do. It's the Vincenti injury certainly disrupted them. And that long stoppage. Wycombe have a corner.
Burge has got to punch it. I think he's punched the player, but it got away with it.
And it's 8:38, and we still haven't got half-time here. There's another delay because there's a Wycombe player, as you say, got the punch from Burge.
Well, he laid out 2 of them actually, Clive. It was a decent punch actually. Didn't really get the ball, but he laid out 2 Wycombe players.
So it will be a corner to Wycombe. And the Sky Blues suddenly anxious, having looked in control. Still lead. They nearly had that lead taken off them. They lead by 2 goals to 1 now. And still some treatment being handed out to the Wycombe player. I'm lost complete track as to where we are in terms of how much time there is left.
You're not the only one. The referee just had to check with his official on this side. They communicated via their speaker sets, but he just checked across with him, looked at his watch and put his thumb up. So whatever they have agreed between them, they were just making sure they were across it as well.
Yeah, well, presumably will be time for Wycombe to take this corner. One of their players is having to go off. A bit of blood there for Luca Neen, so they will be attacking this corner with 10 men.
Holding a bandage to his right cheek, so that's where Lee Burge got him, obviously.
So it's a corner to Wycombe. On the right, Sky Blues need to defend this desperately. And it's curled in. It's a good-looking delivery, and it's headed towards the edge of the 6-yard box, but scrambled clear by Jack Grimm. A relief for the Sky Blues. They might counter-attack here. McNulty is rather cynically fouled there. That must be a yellow card for Silo Jumbati, surely.
That was a rabbit punch, wasn't it?
He stopped McNulty attacking, basically, but the referee has just given the free kick.
McNulty did great, didn't he? Got in the way of it, and then just put the brakes on, and it's a free kick all day long, and he takes the pressure and gets Cov up the pitch.
We are now in the 55th minute of the first half, and the Sky Blues have a free kick just on halfway. Jordan Willis curls it towards the edge of the penalty area. It's headed away, and at last the half-time whistle blows. Well, it's been an interesting first half. The Sky Blues going 2-0 up. A remarkable goal from Michael Doyle, and then a beautifully taken goal from Mark McNulty. They lost Peter Vincente, the creator of that second goal, to injury, a long delay, and then in stoppage time Wycombe equalised with a terrific strike of their own from Dan Scarr, and very nearly equalised. At half-time it's Coventry City 2, Wycombe Wanderers 1. Here are the half-time thoughts on BBC Coventry Warwickshire of Andy Morrell.
I think they've been in complete control, really, apart from the last 5 minutes of the 55 that they've played. I think Cov have been on the front foot, playing in the opposition's half, causing a lot of problems with fullbacks going, and then just the last 5 minutes, concede a goal, a little bit of a rock, but get them in for half-time, get them sat down, chat about it, and then we can go again in the second half.
Yeah, let's got to get back to doing what they were doing. We say they were in control of the game, but first touch just a little heavy. And the Sky Blues try again with Chris Stokes with a cross that's headed away. Not the best cross that time from Stokes, but Doyle whips it back in. Oh, it turns into a shot. It's gone in. Michael Doyle has scored a sensational goal. Did he mean that? But doesn't matter. It's gone in. He was right out on the left wing, about 40 yards from the goal line, and he's volleyed it towards goal. The keeper off his line, desperately trying to scramble back and couldn't reach it as the ball dropped in, and Michael Doyle scores. It's Coventry City 1, Wycombe Wanderers 0. The ball is with Jordan Shipley for the Sky Blues. Manages to squeeze it through to Stokes. Stokes with a cross. McNulty with a header, and Vincente tried to turn it in with a defender in front of him as McNulty headed it across the 6-yard box. And the Sky Blues get it back inside their own half with Peter Vincente. Vincente forward, tries to find McNulty. It's intercepted. Bayliss survives a high boot there and does well to turn. And Bayliss now racing towards goal. Bayliss still going. Can he get a goal in? He plays it out to McNulty on the right. McNulty to Bayliss, swings and misses. Comes out to Shipley and easy for Stokes. Stokes shoots over the bar. McNulty in a fast position. It was a good piece of defending by Anthony Stewart to get his head onto the ball, but McNulty has picked it up on the left wing and now fires it in right footed into the bottom corner of the net, and Mark McNulty makes it 5-6, and the Sky Blues lead by 2-0 here against Wycombe Wanderers. Mark McNulty the scorer. Haven't got it to half time. The ball's floated in towards the edge of the area. Robbie Donald doesn't get a clean header onto it. Oh, it's a good strike and into the net, and Wycombe have got one back before half time, and it's Dan Scarr who's got it. Just what the Sky Blues desperately didn't want to happen. Dan Scarr volleying from outside the area. No chance of Lee Burge to reach that one.
The Sky Blues Live.
BBC, Coventry and Warwickshire.
Christmas Eve just wouldn't be the same without a few traditional...
We'll be back after half time. We'll be back after half time.
And Warwickshire.
So elsewhere tonight then in the Premier League, it's Liverpool leading Arsenal 1-0 at the Emirates. Elsewhere in the Championship, Norwich City not having the best of times at the moment, slipping, they haven't slipped further down, they're more or less stayed where they are, but Brentford have managed to, on current standings anyway, and of course there's the second half still to come, move up to 11th and are closing in possibly Brentford on the playoff places. They lead 2-0 at Norwich tonight. Mid-table match in League One being played this evening, where Gillingham are winning 2-0 at Fleetwood Town. But here at the Ricoh Arena, Fleetwood Gillingham, by the way, kicked off early and they're nearly at full time there. So Gillingham look like they're going to take the points. They're leading Fleetwood by 2-0. Here at the Ricoh Arena, a prolonged first half, 10 minutes and more of stoppage time at the end of it because of those injuries. First to Anthony Stewart of Wycombe, and then to Peter Vincente of Coventry City. But the Sky Blues lead 2-1 at half-time. And Clive, as ever, we anxiously want to see Coventry City score at least one more goal, don't we, before we can really feel confident.
Yeah, I mean, I thought after taking the lead, as you inferred earlier, they managed that situation better than they did against Cheltenham. Wycombe clearly have a threat. Let's not forget they're a good side. They're fourth in the table, and they do cause problems in the penalty area. They do have very experienced, very big forwards, and the Sky Blues dealt with that all very well. The goal was from them was a very good finish, albeit I suppose you question the defence as to why they allowed Dan Scarr to get a clean strike on that, but it wasn't a notably bad goal to concede. So they're just going to keep their nerve, really. They've dealt with what Wycombe have thrown at them pretty well. They've got to keep doing that, and they've got to keep trying to catch them on the break. And yes, a third goal would be nice. I mentioned the Sky Blues have only conceded more than one goal twice this season in the league. You have to go back to that last game where they got a clean sheet for the last time they scored more than two in a game, when they got 3 at Luton away, and they've only done that, I think, twice this season in the league. So now would be a good time to make it 3.
Yeah, 5 goals in 6 for Mark McNulty, and he really does look assured now. I think that's probably the word, because that was such a... I mean, his goal against Cheltenham was well taken. That tonight was so composed, Clive. He had one thing on his mind, and he achieved it.
Yeah, and you have to give the keeper some credit for the one that he didn't score early in the game, McNulty, when he was put through on goal. I think his touch was a little heavy, but it was a very good save at his feet by Scott Brown. So, yeah, he's looking confident now. He's scoring goals. Say he's scored now in 5 of the last 6 games. So full of confidence, which is what the Sky Blues need up front.
Neil on Twitter says, for 40 minutes our best display of the season, but who knew we could be so badly disrupted by an injury to Vincenti? As we were saying a week or so ago, well, for the last couple of weeks really, the fans haven't taken to him. We did hear, I think it was Mark Robbins, was it, or no, it was who was it? It was Gary McSheffrey with us, wasn't it, who was saying to us on the programme last week that maybe Peter Vincenti has actually found it difficult to settle in the area for one reason or another, but now that seems to be sorted, and just as he is looking to find some sort of form, he gets that injury, which would be so bad if it proves to be something that keeps him out for a while.
Absolutely. I thought he played well against Cheltenham. He did the sort of ugly stuff well. He provided the pass for McNulty's second goal in this game. I thought he was playing well. I actually do think that is a genuine blow to lose him. Lose him in this game and potentially beyond. So I'm hoping it's not too serious an injury. He obviously didn't. He came here with quite a big reputation, having done well at Rochdale, and I think by his own admission and Mark Robbins' admission, he didn't produce the sort of performances that he'd have liked. He's never really played in perhaps his ideal position, but last couple of games I think he's made significant contributions, and it is unfortunate for the Sky Blues to have lost him. Chance for Devon Kelly-Evans though to have a full half.
Indeed so, yeah, he's come back on the side, and of course the moment he came on as well, you were a little bit anxious, because the opportunity for him to take his place in the side with Vincenti already hobbling down the tunnel was when the Sky Blues had conceded a corner, and that's never a good time, is it, to introduce somebody new into your defence, because things can happen because you're just not absolutely sure of who's doing what.
It's also asking Devon Kelly-Evans a lot to cope with the likes of Akin Fenway and Craig McHale-Smith in the penalty area. So it probably does weaken them, to be honest, in terms of defending those set pieces that aren't going to be crucial in the second half.
Ian on Twitter says, good game, 2 great goals. Wycombe one-dimensional, but can we keep them out second half? And he says Tom Bayliss looks the player. As we were commenting during commentary, Bayliss has been outstanding, albeit that little display of petulance that got him a booking.
Yes, I wasn't sure whether it was that or the foul. He's competitive, and the sort of thing he's going to have to learn. It's the second game where he's been on a yellow card, and it's something he's going to have to keep an eye on. Manager's already been forced into 1 substitution, so he won't want to feel he needs to make another one too soon. I think Bayliss does look the part. He's getting in there. He's playing really well. He had a chance to shoot at one point. I was slightly surprised he didn't have a go. Instead laid off the pass. But it's been another very encouraging performance from the 18-year-old.
Indeed so. On the bench then, let's just remind you, with Devon Kelly-Evans already employed by Mark Robbins as a replacement for the injured Vincenti. We do have the substitute goalkeeper, of course, Liam O'Brien, but we also have Tom Davis, central defender. Dukans Nazon, who of course, as we know, is a goal scorer if required. Ryan Haynes, an attacking fullback. Ben Stevenson, midfield player. And of course, the prodigal, Jordan Ponticelli. Whether this is going to be his night or not, we wait to see. But as it is, it's Coventry City 2, Wycombe Wanderers 1.
'Twas the night before Christmas.
We'll be back after half-time. We'll be back after half-time.
BBC, Coventry and Warwickshire.
So 5 to 9, in fact 4 minutes to 9. The players emerging for the second half because of that two long stoppages actually. One for the injury to Anthony Stewart of Wycombe Wanderers, the second almost a minute or two later for the injury to Coventry City's Peter Vincenti. We ended up with more than 10 minutes of time added on in the end. The fourth official was just holding up the signboard telling us that there would be a minimum of 5 minutes when Vincenti was being treated on the pitch, and the Sky Blues now re-emerging. The two members of the side not yet out on the pitch are coming out. That's Mark McNulty and Max Biamu. Maybe the two strikers have been getting a bit of extra instruction from their manager. The referee, ball in hand, now walks out as well and hands the ball to Mark McNulty, who'll place it on the centre spot for the game to restart. So we are running significantly late thanks to those stoppages at the end of the first half, but the Sky Blues have the advantage. Michael Doyle's spectacular goal, cool, superb finish from Mark McNulty adding to it, giving Coventry City a 2-0 lead before Wycombe came back to make it 2-1, and that's the situation as we start the second half here at the Ricoh Arena. Friday night football, the Friday before Christmas, and it's Coventry City 2, Wycombe Wanderers 1 as the second half gets underway. Alongside me, Andy Morrell and Clive Eakin.
So the Sky Blues to kick off at the start of this second half, then kicking from right to left, and they play the ball out to the right hand side. A nice early goal would settle the crowd, but the ball on the halfway line. Jordan Shipley tries to get his head to it. It comes to Stokes. Both these teams forced into a substitution in the first half, limiting their options in the second. Oh, the ball bounces all good here for Jordan Willis, and Akron Fenway gets the wrong side of goal. Well, then goes down, and the referee, I think, is going to yellow card him for simulation. He can't believe it. He went down under challenge from Jordan Willis. I'm going to give him some benefit of the doubt. I wonder whether he just actually slipped there rather than deliberately went over looking for the penalty, but the referee has yellow carded him.
It's going to take some pushing, isn't it?
Yeah.
For him going down like that, it's it looks more a dive, doesn't it? Even if he slips, yeah. But it's a bit of a coming together, but there's nothing in it really. It's not a penalty.
Clearly very upset about it. He's still arguing. It's never easy for because it's effectively been accused of cheating, and the crowd will certainly let him know that throughout the rest of the game, I'm sure. But anyway, it remains 2-1 to the Sky Blues. Ball's headed forward by Wycombe. It's lobbed forward out towards the left-hand side. Wycombe starting lively here in the start of the second half. It's out on the left wing, and the cross there from Nathan Tyson is blocked by Jack Grimmer, but the Wycombe supporters appreciating their team's start to the second half. They have a throw-in level with the Sky Blues penalty area. Sam Saunders plays it in towards the corner, but a bit of a misunderstanding among the Wycombe players allows the Sky Blues a relief of a throw-in. In the Premier League, there have been two quick goals. Liverpool going 2-0 up against Arsenal through Mohamed Salah, but straight away Arsenal getting one back through Alexis Sanchez. So it's Arsenal 1, Liverpool 2, and in League One it is finished. Fleetwood 0, Gillingham 2. 2-1 to the Sky Blues here. Is Akron Fenway being booed now after being yellow carded for the dive, and the ball is won by Rob McDonald, who heads it towards the corner flag and then volleys it out for a Wycombe throw. This could be a long second half, Andy Morrell.
They've started well, haven't they, Wycombe? They've come out the blocks a little bit, turn Cov around, and they're playing in their half for the early part.
Throw in inside the penalty area. Jack Grimmer misses Akron Fenway with a volley. It hits Jordan Willis. It comes out to this time it is a penalty, and it is Nathan Tyson who is brought down, and Wycombe do get the penalty this time, and the Sky Blues, who were 2-0 up, look as if they're going to concede either side of half time and be pegged back to 2-2 if the penalty is scored. It's going to be Joe Jacobson to take it. No great arguments about that. I wasn't sure who the defender was, actually. I'll come back to that in a minute. But Jacobson with the penalty. Lee Burge stands in goal, and the penalty is converted. Burge goes the wrong way, and Wycombe have come from 2-0 down to level it at 2-2. 3 minutes into the second half. It's Coventry City 2, Wycombe Wanderers 2.
I think it was Kelly Evans got into a tangle with I can't remember which player it was, but I think it's soft again. Tyson. He's gone down very easily again. I don't think there's much in it, but the referee doesn't give one, gives another one. Do you know what I mean? Is he making up for it? I don't know. I think that's a harsh penalty, me.
Well, Michael Doyle's arguing. What was Stuart and what was your view on it, Stuart?
I wouldn't have given a penalty there, Clive, and I'm not just looking at that with sky blue eyes. I think Andy's absolutely right. He went down very, very easily, and I think the referee was conned there.
Well, if that's a penalty, there's going to be another 4 in this game, because that's happened in the box a few times already.
So the Sky Blues have to do it all over again, just when you thought they were looking in control. They now find themselves pegged back at 2-2. And again, they desperately need to win. The momentum is currently with the away side. And Tom Bayliss gives the ball away. Suddenly mistakes creeping into the Sky Blues game. And it's Wycombe coming again. And Jack Grimmer blocks the cross, manages to prevent it going out for a corner. And clears it firmly up into the Wycombe half. Well, it was a good clearance actually, because it stayed in. And Wycombe were forced to pick it up close to their own penalty area. And they play it forward. And that's going to go all the other way. There's a Wycombe player limping on the far side. So 2-2 here at the Ricoh Arena. The Sky Blues concede a second goal.
They've just been a lot brighter, haven't they, the first 5 minutes of this half. Wycombe, they've got on second balls, they've been a lot more positive with their play.
Michael Doyle wins a header in midfield, but again, Wycombe pick it up suddenly. Everything is with them at the moment. Oh, Bayliss has caught that was a poor challenge. Michael Doyle's reacted furiously. How's the referee going to interpret that? It is Luke O'Neill, and it will certainly be a card. And the fact the referee's taking his time but showing it suggests he's thinking about it as to what colour this card will be. Bayliss is still down. The referee's calling the physio on. The foot was high there in on Tom Bayliss. And the modern game, it looks like he's got his book out. I think, has he got his yellow card out? And he's just the referee just trying to calm everyone down. They're all having their say, all the players on both sides.
He's caused his own problems, the referee, at this, for me. Because of the decisions that he's made off there, everybody's getting frustrated with him. So the littlest challenge now, people will go down, roll about, and they'll try and get people with each other booked.
I think
it's O'Neill, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is going to be a yellow card. It is. Only a yellow card then for Luke O'Neill. 3 Wycombe players now on a yellow card.
And the way Tom Bayliss went down there, Clive, he did roll and it looked spectacular, probably more than it really was. But he sided him off in the middle. I'm afraid that for me would be a straight red.
Well, he's sitting up now, Tom Bayliss receiving treatment. The Sky Blues will have a free kick inside their own half. Tom Harrington, who's a championship referee, so he referees at a higher level than this normally.
I just think Wycombe have altered they've kept the same shape, the 4-3-3, but they've swapped Bloomfield in front. He's sitting now in front of the back 4, and O'Neill and younger, brighter, fresher legs, or younger legs I suppose, got him around Doyle and put Sam Saunders around Bayliss, and I think that's gave them extra impetus up the pitch.
Free kick from the Sky Blues, taken by Willis. It's headed away. Back to Max Biama trying to win it. Still there around the edge of the penalty area. Jordan Shipley gets it. Stokes to Shipley on the left. Shipley knocks it past the defender for Stokes to run onto. He plays it to the penalty area. McNulty, he goes out and Judge wins the penalty. McNulty gets the penalty. Well, he stepped in front of the defender, who's adjudged to have fouled him. Luke O'Neill, I have to say, for me, that looked very soft indeed. But the penalty is given, and the Sky Blues have a chance to regain the lead.
Referee's levelling it up.
He's in danger of losing this, Andy, isn't he?
Absolutely.
He's in danger of losing control of this completely now. Surrounded at the moment by Wycombe players.
Yeah, which shouldn't happen, of course, and he is going to get a yellow card out. Rightly so, I presume, for dissent. If it was for the foul, it would be a second yellow, but it's not. I think it is for dissent.
If that's a pen against Kelly Evans, then that's a pen.
Well,
if that's the line that he's drawn in the sand, then unfortunately that is a pen. But now, how many are we going to have in this game? Anytime anybody's in the box now, you'd be saying go down. Just go down. Any slight touch.
Well, if it's McNulty to take this penalty, the problem he's got now is it's taken a long time. Stan Scar has shown the yellow card for dissent. The goalkeeper standing in the penalty spot, he shouldn't be there. He should be on his line. And this is just going to, and there's a bit of gamesmanship going on from Wycombe now. They've got several players inside the penalty area, and McNulty's had an awful long time to think about this penalty. He's got a couple of penalties in cup competitions this season. He actually missed one in the shootout against Walsall, but in actual game time, he's got a perfect record so far for the Sky Blues. McNulty then with this penalty finally gets to take it. He stands in the D, runs up to it and blasts it to the top of the net. Oh, that was a well taken penalty by a confident striker. It puts him into double figures for the Sky Blues this season, and this extraordinary match takes another turn, and this time it's in the Sky Blues' favour. McNulty's penalty makes it Coventry City 3, Wycombe Wanderers 2.
BBC Coventry and Warwickshire, loving every Sky Blues goal.
I don't know, Andy, there are so many fancy down-stakey penalties these days. That's how to take a penalty.
Great contact. And like you said, it was a few minutes, wasn't it, between the actual penalty given and him taking it. He's just put it down, ran back, and absolutely creamed it. Absolute good penalty. Up above, keeper can't get to that. 3-2, back in the lead.
Tony Mowbray would appreciate that. I remember after one game which the Sky Blues missed a cleverly taken penalty in inverted commas. He said the next penalty taker, if he doesn't blast it, I'm dropping him. Well, that was blasted, and it was blasted to the top of the net. And the Sky Blues lead 3-2. Where's this game going to go next?
Well, I'll tell you who's running the game at the moment, Clive. Michael Doyle. He's had a word when that penalty, we're waiting for that penalty to be taken. He had a word with every member of the Wycombe team, one by one. He's just been round speaking to all of his own players. So I don't know whether the referee's in control of it, but Michael Doyle is, that's for sure.
So Wycombe now have it halfway inside the Sky Blues half, and we'll play it back towards their keeper. And it's kicked into the Sky Blues half. Willis heads it away. McNulty heads it down. It comes to Shipley, who finds Biama on the left. Shipley making a run. Here's Max Biama. There's an overlapping run from Chris Stokes. He plays it to Stokes. Stokes now in field to Biama. Biama with a shot. Hits a defender, headed away, and foul against McNulty, who was trying an overhead kick, and in the end inadvertently kicked Jacobson in the face. And it's a free kick to Wycombe Wanderers.
What a shot in the arm, isn't it? Great shot in the arm. Just as they've gone 2-2. Could be a little bit of a wobble by Cov, but no, bang, get back up the other end. 3-2 penalty, and then now they're on the front foot again.
I mean, we're having to go at the referee for the penalty. I suppose in fairness, McNulty did do very well, didn't he? He got in front of the defender and did draw the challenge out of him.
Exactly that. Get your body in the way, and then you can't do that as a defender. You can't go, you go and get the ball in the box. That's the rules. And so he's stood his ground, and the slightest touch gone down because of the penalty before. He's got to give that one as well.
Now Chris Stokes has gone down now, holding the back of his leg. Surely not another injury concern.
It's going to be about 12:30 by the time we get home, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. It's going to be Christmas Day.
As long as Santa keeps waiting for us.
You got a game tomorrow, haven't you, Andy?
I'll go straight there.
It's a free kick to the Sky Blues anyway. Stokes is okay. I think it must have been just a painful knock as opposed to too bad an injury. He's back on his feet, and Lee Burge with the free kick. Well, the way this game has gone either side of half time, you have to think that the Sky Blues may well need another goal or two even. The ball is played to Devon Kelly-Evans, who turns on the ball, does well to keep it, and it will come for Bayliss. Bayliss just a little tentative. Kelly-Evans is in there again. Bayliss is on a yellow card, perhaps a little reluctant to go in too strongly there, and now Wycombe are breaking down the left wing here with Nathan Tyson. His cross is blocked, and the Sky Blues bring it away, and Doyle finds Bayliss, and Bayliss is caught late, and that was by Sam Saunders. Again, I have to say, a slight overreaction from Michael Doyle, but it's that sort of game now. Everyone's getting a bit feisty.
I think Saunders was going for Bayliss because he's saying he didn't touch him, but that's a free kick. That he's had to jump out of the way because he was late. It's a good free kick to take as well.
Well, Sam Saunders gets a ticking off. The referee just trying to calm everyone down.
I tell you what, Andy Morell, the referee won't forget the night he met Sam Saunders and Michael Doyle on the same pitch, will he?
I'm not so sure, the ref just needs 5 minutes where there's nothing going on, just to calm everybody down a little bit, because everyone's round him at the smallest and the slightest thing.
Doyle and Bayliss having another go at each other. Bayliss just pushed Doyle in the back, well off the ball.
Ball's headed away, and there's a push there by Jack Grimmer. That was a little bit obvious. Not going to get away with that one. Free kick then to Wycombe Wanderers. Sky Blues have got to maintain their concentration here. The ball's played in the Sky Blues penalty area. It's half cleared. It comes back. Aquin Fenway trying to turn it towards goal, and a very well measured header back to his keeper from Chris Stokes. Oh, what a game now. What lively stuff. The attendance was flashing the score. I think it was 7,200 or so. Don't know if you got that, Stuart, but it was just over 7,000 anyway, so slightly better than the last couple of games. So maybe that little promotional offer did add a few hundred to the crowd. Foul there by Max Biamo. Free kick to Wycombe inside their own half. It's kicked long by Scott Brown. It's a dangerous looking kick, and Grimmer does well to head it back, but it will go out for a corner. He's got a big kick, the keeper, and at least defenders having to scramble backwards. Very awkward.
You've got to get somebody to stop him doing it quickly so that you can get set as a back four.
Yes, the attendance 7,234, 696 visiting supporters.
So about 6,500 Sky Blues fans, yeah, slightly up, maybe 100 or so up. The corner from Sam Saunders, and it's headed away. Devon Kelly-Evans doesn't get clean contact on the header. It'll come back to Saunders on the left. Nervy times again for the Sky Blues. Lee Burge drops out under challenge. No foul given, and Wycombe get another corner. He did get enough on it, Burge, to get it half away. It's another corner for Wycombe. And Saunders to take it.
There was a free kick given in the first half against the keeper, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
It's very similar.
What's happened to these low-scoring, dull games at the Ricoh Arena? It's a corner at the left to be taken by Saunders. Curled in again. It's another good delivery. It's headed away well by Jordan Willis. And Devon Kelly-Evans doing some good pressing, and Wycombe in the end have to try and get the ball back into their own half, and that was a misplaced header from them. He gets away with it, does Saido Jombati, and kicks it high out to the left as Sam Saunders. Saunders forced back into his own half to Joe Jacobson. Jacobson down the left channel. Grimmer having to watch it carefully, trying to make sure it doesn't go out for a corner. It does well. Wins the throw, and albeit by the corner flag. Remarkable game here. Remarkable game in the Premier League, where Liverpool went 2-0 up, and in the space of 5 minutes, Arsenal turned it right around. Granit Xhaka and Mesut Ozil, their latest scorers. It's Arsenal 3, Liverpool 2. 3-2 to the home side in both games.
They're having as much fun as us here.
They are, yeah. Sky Blues leading by 3-2, and they've conceded a throw-in though on the far side. Just trying to work out. Mark Minotti scored after 41 minutes, and it's a slightly false picture, but as the ball's played back to the wicket keeper, he clears it away. The Sky Blues' third goal came after 55 minutes. So you suggest that in the space of 40 minutes 4 goals was scored, but actually there was about 10 minutes of first half stoppage time. Still, 4 goals in 24 minutes isn't bad. It's a throw into the Sky Blues inside their own half to be taken by Jack Grimmer. Coventry City 3, Wycombe Wanderers 2. Sky Blues 2-0 up, pegged back to 2-2, now lead 3-2. 2 goals from Mark Minotti, 1 from the penalty spot, and 1 from Michael Doyle for Coventry City. Wycombe also scored a penalty. Have it on the halfway line. Well won by Devon Kelly-Evans, and he's won the free kick. That will encourage the young man. Free kick to the Sky Blues just inside their own half. Happy to slow it down a little bit, perhaps. And it's going to be Jordan Willis with the delivery. Right-footed high towards Max Biamo on the edge of the area. He goes up for it. McNulty's challenging for it. And hint of him trying to make it look as if he was pushed, but ball's punted upfield now quickly by Scott Brown again, forcing the Sky Blues to scramble back. Rob McDonald to watch that one carefully though, and heads it up to the halfway line. And now Michael Doyle gets the ball to Devon Kelly-Evans just inside his own half, looking at options, plays it over the top for Mark McNulty to chase. But Won't get there, but he does force a Wycombe player to kick it out for a throw. And I do wish sometimes the gentleman behind me would wait before he shouts his complaints, because actually that turned out to be not too bad a ball. It's a throw in for the Sky Blues, 10 metres from the corner flag.
Just takes a bit of pressure off.
Yeah.
Leave it in the corner, let the striker go and run after it. Defender's got to defend it, and you get a throw in up the pitch and you're in there.
Well, hopefully the parallels between this game and the Emirates will end now, because Liverpool have equalised against Arsenal. Here's Grimmett back to Bayliss to Michael Doyle. Little flick by Jordan Shipley to Biama to Stokes runs into the penalty area, just couldn't quite control the ball. He's still battling to win it though, takes it off the defender and wins a throw in by the corner flag. Wycombe can't believe that. Maybe the referee's given it to him to reward Stokes for his efforts. He looks a bit surprised, to be fair.
Well, he's kicked the ball away to try and get back into position, knowing that it's their ball.
Well, the throw-in goes the Sky Blues' way. It was good stuff from Stokes. Yeah, so in the Premier League, it's Arsenal 3, Liverpool 3, Firmino for Liverpool. Lee Dixon predicted that one would be 5-5. He might turn out to be right. The throw-in in from Stokes, who again wins the ball back, and he's got it. The cross is slightly disappointing, hits the defender's head. Comes to Shipley now though. Shipley towards the left corner flag. He tries to get across and he'll get a corner. And the Sky Blues get only their third corner. Wycombe have had 5. It's a lively game. It's not yet won for the Sky Blues by no stretch of the imagination. We played nearly 20 minutes of the second half. They lead by 3-2. Shipley with a corner.
Wycombe are always in the game, aren't they? You just feel that any ball played up forward, that anything could happen, so concentrate.
Shipley fires it in low, and it comes through Grimmer. Oh, he tried to place it in, and it's cleared off the line. He had so much time there, Grimmer, and he took that time, and he placed it nicely. Maybe just needed to strike it a bit harder, and it was cleared off the line.
Man across the near post, missed it, but that's what you want him to do. If he doesn't touch it, miss it, and it goes through, he's free. 7-8 yards out, passes it, just finished with violence. Yeah. Absolutely take the net off with it.
Should have hit it like McNulty's penalty. It's a throw in for the Sky Blues. On their right, lobbed in, hangs in the air. It's cleared by Wycombe. Not too far. Tom Bayliss jumps for it. He mistimes it. He goes down looking for a free kick, doesn't get it. And Wycombe trying to win it, and halfway Grimmer has to be careful, and he gets a little bit of a break as he wins the throw in on halfway.
I'll tell you what, Clive, having complained for several weeks about the opposition coming and parking the bus, they haven't been able to do that the past couple of games because we've scored so early, but we've had 2 incredibly entertaining games. I mean, everything happening here tonight.
Throw in down the right-hand side by Grimmer, who gets the ball back. Grimmer to Doyle. Doyle now plays a great ball for Stokes. Stokes into the penalty area. Can't quite drag the ball with him. Lays it back to Shipley. It wasn't the perfect pass for Shipley, but Shipley to Stokes now, who pulls it back. Biamo swings and miscues it. And his frustration in front of goal continues, but the Sky Blues do get a corner. Had a great chance to make it 4-2 there.
Great pass by Doyle, wasn't it? Saw Stokes coming, left the Mikael Smith behind him. It's just his first touch. If he gets his first touch right, he gets a shot off. It goes a little bit wider, but a nice little neat 1-2. I think he still should shoot, even from the angle. Give it a go.
Shipley with the corner then for the Sky Blues. Bayliss making himself available short. Corners hit towards the edge of the 6-yard box, and Willis gets his head to it, but McDonald was slightly in his way, or rather Biama, I think it was slightly in his way, and he couldn't get a clean contact on it, and it goes out for a goal kick. 23 minutes to go. There might be a bit of activity on the Wycombe bench. Gareth Ainsworth is turning towards his bench. Remember, both teams forced into 1 substitution by injuries. They have 2 left available to them. Again, a long kick from the Wycombe goalkeeper. Akon Fenway is brought down to the ground, but the Sky Blues players stay down. The referee will have to stop play here. It's a head injury. Is it Jordan Shipley? No, it's not Shipley. It's Rod McDonald, in fact, who is in a bit of discomfort. Which you would be, probably, if you headed Akon Fenway. It's going to be a drop ball. There was no foul there. McDonald's back on his feet. He's okay. What happened? He's thinking. It's going to be a drop ball then, and no doubt, I think probably the Sky Blues will kick this towards the Wycombe goalkeeper. Adi Vivac is giving some instructions to Mark McNulty and Jordan Shipley, with Mark Robbins there as well on the Sky Blues bench. Looks like Wycombe are planning a substitution. And from the drop ball, the Sky Blues do kick it to the Wycombe goalkeeper. He will probably return it with interest. There it goes. Another big kick, and that was from flat on the ground as well. He can certainly kick it, that keeper, and Wycombe have it halfway inside the Sky Blues half. Misplaced pass by them, though, forces them backwards. They do keep the ball. Substitute Will de Havilland plays it out towards the edge of the penalty area, towards Akron Fenway, who's got the better of Grimmer, and his shot is blocked. It's still in there, and eventually it lands in the hands of Lee Burge. And, well, Akron Fenway's strength, too much for Grimmer on that occasion. Fired a shot in, it was blocked and ricocheted off another player into a grateful Lee Burge's hands.
Good block, isn't it? Last ditch. Akron Fenway took it really nicely on his chest and left foot shot, a good block, and then falls to one of them, and again another good block. Defending for their lives, which is great.
Wycombe have a free kick. They are going to bring on Paris Cowan Hall. And he's replacing Craig McHale-Smith, 27-year-old. He did play against the Sky Blues for Millwall in the famous 4-0 win for the Sky Blues, and Adam Armstrong dominated that game. But in his second season with Wycombe since signing from Millwall. Free kick by Wycombe towards the edge. Again, the keeper just kicks it long, and eventually Max Biamo's just happy to kick it behind into the stands for a Wycombe corner. Well, there is nothing unpredictable about the way Wycombe are playing, but it is effective.
Just try and stop it, you know, especially from dead balls. They can just put it on you. That Coventry trying to play a really high line, keep him up, keep him out of the box, but they're just dropping a little bit too early.
Sam Saunders then with the corner for Wycombe, yet another one for them. Curled in, Akron Fenway goes for it. It hits Rob McDonald, and then is volleyed wide via a deflection. And I think it was Chris Stokes with a block on this occasion. And Wycombe win their fourth corner of the second half. And two Wycombe players are asking for more there. Whether they felt there was a handball in there, I don't know. But it just gets so chaotic in the penalty area, doesn't it? And the defenders just... there's no finesse. They just have to try and throw their bodies on the line.
He's not trying to score, really. He's just trying to keep the ball alive, isn't he? Anything that's on top of him. But Cover putting bodies on the line, which you want. Keep the ball out your net.
Here comes yet another corner. Oh, good punch from Lee Burge, and he was fouled as well. That's really good goalkeeping from Lee Burge. Gareth Ainsworth wags his finger, says it's not a foul, but even it had been, it was good it was good goalkeeping by Lee Burge.
Great punch. Takes the pressure off your back four.
19 minutes to go. Coventry City 3, Wycombe Wanderers 2. Can the Sky Blues hold out, or can they get another goal? Two things have not happened this season so far. The Sky Blues haven't scored 4 in a game in the league, and they haven't conceded 3 in a game in the league. The kick from Lee Burge. It's headed away. Tom Bayliss wins his head onto it. Devon Kelly-Evans battling for it, can't get it. And Wycombe play it down the left-hand side. Lee Burge grabs it. As the ball comes into the penalty area, he grabs hold of it. It'll just take a little bit of time. Lee Burge, got to be careful not to take too long, of course. He could be penalised. And he punts it left-footed straight down the middle. And, Devon Kelly-Evans is chasing that. I think McNulty was slightly reluctant because he might have been offside. Anyway, Wycombe get to it. Now Rob McDonald heads it forward. It's intercepted and over the top ball by Wycombe. And it's Chris Stokes who does a good defending there. Jordan Willis just couldn't quite reach it. As Paris Cowan Hall, the substitute, chased it. But Chris Stokes did really well to get there. And the Sky Blues clear to the Wycombe half. They don't keep the ball. And they need to start doing that, really. We'll get it eventually as it rolls to Lee Burge. It's...
great position by Stokes. Went with the runner, saw it early. Great ball forward, but read the danger really well.
And a good game, Stokes. He plays the ball forward there. And now it's Wycombe on halfway with Sam Saunders, who dances past as Doyle effectively. Plays it down the right-hand side. Cowan Hall, who already looks a bit of a threat, heads it towards the edge of the area. It's headed away by McDonald, and Tom Bayliss careful to get it clear up to the halfway line, where McNulty touches it for Doyle. Over the top from Doyle for Biamo to chase. There's a collision. Was Biamo fouled? The referee's given the throw in. Well, I think the referee maybe felt the ball had gone and the two players collided unintentionally. It was Will de Havilland was the defender, and Max Biamo, the Sky Blues forward. It will be a throw into the Sky Blues, not a free kick. Biamo struggling.
Ref just went with the safe option and he throw in.
Yeah, well, both teams asking for it. To be fair to him, I can sort of understand why in that case.
Yeah,
it just
a
like
coming together, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was a fraction late. Whether I would have said it was more a free kick to Wycombe, personally.
Well, I think a few
because I think Beyond was a little bit. He was a little bit late on it, but because it's obviously a throw-in. But
so throw to the Sky Blues. We take it by Chris Stokes. It's about 10 metres away from the corner flag on the Sky Blues left. Stokes finds McNulty close here. McNulty turning on the ball, trying to win a corner. Actually plays a great ball into Stokes, who'd run inside. His attempted cross is blocked, and the Sky Blues do get a corner.
Very tight, but well played. Got Stokes in a really good crossing position. Good block by the Wycombe defender.
In the last few minutes, Clive, Coventry City haven't been winning second ball, but I'll tell you who's been outstanding in the last few minutes. Mark McNulty, going for everything, winning everything. Superb football.
He is, by the way, on a hat-trick, of course, Mark McNulty. It's a corner taken by Jordan Shipley towards the penalty spot. Grimmer and McDonald were there. It's headed away. Bayliss will pick up the loose ball, gives it back to Shipley. Shipley, that time the cross wasn't a good one, but he'll get a throw in. It just hit the defender, Cower, the player in front of him, Cowan Hall. It's a throw into Coventry City, which will take as much time as they can get away with. Still got just over 15 minutes of normal time. You saw in the first half the referees willing to add plenty of stoppage time. Could still be some way away from getting the 3 points here, the Sky Blues. Stokes with the throw into Shipley, back to Stokes, to Shipley again, plays it back to Michael Doyle. Scubber's never really in control of the ball here, but Doyle as well to keep it, and gives it to Bayliss. Bayliss to Devin Kelly-Evans in the middle, back to Bayliss. Little chip forward for Jack Grimmer to chase on the right wing. He and a defender go for it, and Grimmer just goes through the back of the defender. The inevitable response is a free kick to Wycombe Wanderers.
Well played though, good little 1-2. Tyson doesn't want to go and be defending that, so just keep going, and a bit of a soft free kick really.
It's a free kick deep inside their own half. Of course, again, the keeper will get plenty of distance on it. It goes well into the Sky Blues half. Aimed at Aquin Fenway. Rob McDonald stays strong and heads it away. And Tom Bayliss wins a header and was fouled there. The referee has spotted that. Matthew Bloomfield making a back for Tom Bayliss. Contrasting players career-wise. Bayliss, his second league game. Matt Bloomfield is in his 15th season with Wycombe since he signed from it. So it's not too many players stay 15 seasons at the club these days, do they?
No, absolutely not.
He's now 3 appearances away from 400 league games for them. It's a free kick for the Sky Blues inside their own half, taken by Willis. Max Biamo tangling with de Havilland's, come off de Havilland's head, so Wycombe have to play it to stop it going out for a corner, and they play it into touch, so that will do the Sky Blues nicely. They get a throw in inside the Wycombe half. Ball boy is about to throw the ball to Stokes, and Rob says, no, give it to me. And Rob McDonald rolls it to Stokes, and Gareth Ainsworth helps. He kicks the ball to
don't want to get the shoes Stokes. Dirty. Ainsworth suited up lovely. Looks great, doesn't he?
Looks like they're going to make another substitution, their final substitution of Wycombe Wanderers. And they'll bring on Eze, Abrechi Eze, who was in the starting lineup for the last game against Chesterfield. But we'll do that in the next stoppage. Gruber plays the ball forward to McNulty, turns his man, could have gone down for a free kick. The referee indicates advantage as McNulty picks up on the right wing, curls an outswinging cross, and it's just flicked away and cleared up to halfway. Michael Doyle now knocks it forward. Biamo gives chase. Volley back over the halfway line by Wycombe, headed forward by Willis. Biamo tries to get on the end of it, can't. And it's back with Wycombe and an over the top ball, but that one is miscued and is easily collected by Lee Burge.
Great touch by McNulty, wasn't it? Took it in, just in the pocket, round his man he goes, and lovely cross. Thought Biamo could have attacked the middle of the goal really.
Underneath that punt a little bit, Lee Burge. It's on the halfway line, but it's played forward by Shipley for the Sky Blues. Max Biamo gives chase. De Havilland's there first, but he's forced to play it. And Wycombe trying to win it on halfway, and Sam Saunders does get it. Saunders plays a short pass, and it's John Barty, the right back. He slips as he plays the ball to the Sky Blues half, but it's poked forward cleverly by Matt Bloomfield, and it's Jordan Willis who's forced to clear. Jumbati brings it back, and Rob McDonald heads it out for a Wycombe throw. On comes their substitution with 12 minutes of normal time to go. Eberechi Eze will come on and replace Nathan Tyson, one of their players who was on a yellow card. And the Wycombe captain gets some instructions from Gareth Ainsworth.
Nathan Tyson is number 27, Eberechi Eze.
That's a free kick. Ryan Haynes is just limbering up for the Sky Blues. Stokes had a terrific game. He's tiring a bit. The ball's played forward by Wycombe, but it's volleyed out by Jordan Shipley.
Duckens Nazon has been warming up for quite some time, Clive.
Could be an option to trying to catch Wycombe on the break, couldn't he? As Sky Blues. Devin Kelly just swung his arm towards the ball there. It's a slightly dicey moment, but Wycombe have it out on the left wing. And they have a chance to get a cross in, but that one will easily be gathered by Lee Burge, who falls and lands on the ball for good measure. Didn't really need to, but it looked good. 11 minutes to go. Coventry City 3, Wycombe Wanderers 2. An eventful game, particularly either side of half-time. Sky Blues getting the lead in the first half through a spectacular shot from Michael Doyle 4 minutes before the scheduled half-time whistle. They were 2-0 up through Mark McNulty. And a long stoppage as Peter Vincente received treatment and had to go off. Wycombe scored a fine goal from Dan Sky, very nearly equalised before half-time, and then did equalise early in the second half when they won a penalty converted by Jacobson, but almost immediately McNulty winning a penalty at the other end and converting it. And there'll be no further goals since then. The Sky Blues lead by 3-2. 10 minutes to go. Punt upfield from Lee Burge. Will bounce all the way to his opposite number.
It's been a bit calmer the last 10, hasn't it?
Yeah.
There's not been as many fraught problems with Wycombe going forward.
Ball's punted upfield and headed backwards by Chris Stokes to Lee Burge. And, Burge is waiting, forcing Akinfenwa to come and challenge him. Doesn't have to pick it up until Akinfenwa challenges. And Burge, punt down the middle again. It's headed away. Wycombe trying to win it on the halfway line. There's Tom Bayliss again heading it forward. Doyle's in there battling to win it, and Devin Kelly Evans gets a boot on the ball. Up goes Shipley for it. It's still on halfway. Shipley goes down holding his head, and the assistant referee has seen something there. The referee appeared to have a good view, but maybe it was on his blind side, and the assistant referee is flagging quite vehemently whether he thought there was an elbow in there on Jordan Shipley. He's talking to him, I think, through the walkie-talkie. Doesn't look as if the referee's going to do anything more than give a free kick. Shipley's gingerly getting on his feet. He is turning to his assistant. Is he saying who was it? No, he's warning the player. I think he's spotted the player who is Cowan Hall, the substitute, and warning him. And at the end of all that, it's a free kick to Coventry City. We've got 8.5 minutes of normal time to go. Looks like the Sky Blues might be playing a substitution. Mark Robinson's having a word with his... But the free kick can't be... Unless the assistant referee spotted something completely separate, because the free kick's been taken to a different position. So, yeah, there might have been something else there. Maybe it wasn't the challenge on Shipley he was flagging for. Because the referee's insisting they take the free kick inside their own half. Anyway, they've done that now. Rob McDonald floats it in for McNulty. Was he offside? No, he wasn't. He's got the ball to the byline. Goes past his man. Oh, he keeps going, McNulty. The keeper saves. And he was honest there, McNulty, because if he'd gone down, there would have been a very good shout for a penalty, because he did seem to be slightly clipped. But he stayed on his feet and nearly scored. Here's Chris Stokes for the Sky Blues. Down the left-hand side. Doesn't keep it in, though. Goes out for a throw-in. Now, McNulty so close to a hat-trick. And there's a yellow card here to Jordan Shipley for apparently kicking the ball away.
Great bit of skill on the sideline. Back to goal. 2 little touches right by the byline. He's free. Go down. Go down, I think, unfortunately.
Well,
I know he's honest.
I know what you're saying, but I'm going to praise him.
He's the penalty taker, though.
But I'm still going to praise him for it. Max Biama, was he pulled down there? The referee says no. And it's Eze, who's fouled by a combination of Shipley and Biama. Shipley's got to be a bit careful here, because the referee could give a penalty, even if the player doesn't go down, but probably felt he wasn't really impeded, McNulty, there.
Still got a shot off, though.
Yeah.
Magnificent piece of skill.
It is going to be Duckens Nazon to try and get back to at least being joint top scorer for the Sky Blues to come on. Free kick, and the keeper's come a long way out to take this, and he floats in, and the Burge doesn't know whether to come or not, and the ball eventually is half-headed away. It's still on the edge of the area. Another header for McDonald, and then a push on McDonald, and the Sky Blues survive. Another really difficult delivery from the keeper. Burge wasn't sure whether to come or not. It's going to be Jordan Shipley coming off, just been yellow carded and maybe tiring a bit, and so Nazon presumably will play out wide, and Shipley gets a big ovation. There's been attention focus on Tom Bayliss lately, of course, but Jordan Shipley's emergence has been pretty remarkable as well. He's come from almost nowhere to be almost a regular first teamer now, and Mark Robinson's having a word with him.
He's had a good game.
Yeah,
real good quality. Nice left foot, set pieces. Thought he's played well.
6 minutes of normal time to go. Free kick to the Sky Blues inside their own penalty area, taken by Lee Burge. Long kick. Biamo gets a flicked header onto it, which might set Nazon through. Nazon has actually moved into a central position, and McNulty's gone out wide. She might be slightly miffed about, so he wants his hat-trick. But here's McNulty on the left-hand side, flicks it in towards the middle. It's headed away. It's to halfway. Akinfenwa has a swing, doesn't really connect. For once, McDonald gets it slightly wrong, although he still gets some distance on the ball. And then Biamo is penalised as he jumps for the ball and rather lands on Jumbati. Free kick to Wycombe. A keeper again. It's almost on halfway this, and the keeper's come out to take it. You're just dying for him to miscue it straight to McNulty here, but he probably won't, because he usually hits it pretty well. And there he does, float that one in towards the edge of the area. It's headed away. It's lobbed back in towards the edge of the area. Max Biamo heads it away, and McNulty doesn't quite make clean contact on the ball. He tried to play it first time towards Nazon. Now a good header away from Willis, and there could be a break on here. Biamo to Nazon. McNulty's in the middle waiting. Nazon fights McNulty. Could this be the hat-trick? First touch a bit heavy, and then he's brought down. Oh no, he's not brought down. The referee's going to yellow card him for diving. As he went round the keeper, he seemed to be brought down from here. But just as Akinfenwa earlier was yellow carded, now McNulty is. The referee has deemed that a dive. Maybe he felt that McNulty deliberately sort of put his foot in there onto the keeper's hand and made it look like he was brought down. No penalty, and the game is not dead yet.
First of all, well played. Great little play, wasn't it, between the three of them?
Yeah. Now Wycombe at the other end. The keeper's clear as up. Well, Burgess dropped it, but only after he was fouled. Referee's played an advantage. Attack with famous header. Yeah, he was through on goal.
Slightly heavy touch,
wasn't it?
But there's contact. I think there's contact from the keeper. That's why he's gone down. Why would he not go down? Because he's potentially putting it into empty net.
Punt upfield from Burge. Goes straight to the keeper. Well, the Sky Blues could have wrapped the game up there. No doubt they'll argue about that if they don't go on to win this game. And here are Wycombe still threatening. They certainly haven't given this one up, Wycombe, and they have it just on the right wing. Good work by Stokes, forcing the man out wide, but it comes to Cowan Hall. Cowan Hall pulls it back from the edge of from the byline, and it's blocked there by Rod McDonald. But Wycombe get their fifth corner of the second half.
Well defended. Rob McDonald put himself in a position where he couldn't get the ball past him.
3 minutes of normal time to go. Corner for Wycombe. Every Wycombe man is forward. Keeper's wondering whether he should go forward. Might be a bit early for that. And he doesn't. The corner is not a great one, and Tom Bayliss is able to head it away from the near post. Doyle does well, really just draws the tackle and wins the throw-in, and that will allow the Sky Blues just to take a breath and eat up a few more seconds.
33 fouls in the match so far, and the official stats, Clive. 17 conceded by Coventry City, 16 by Wycombe.
In the Championship, by the way, Norwich have got one back against Brentford later on. They trail 2-1 there. Throw in down the line from Chris Stokes. Jukes Nazon controlling it with his chest, trying to keep it. Oh, he's won the free kick. That will do. Free kick halfway inside his own half. And man of the match has been given to Mark McNulty. And he gets good round of applause there, McNulty, who was a little bit upset, it seemed, last weekend when he got a bit of jeering when he blasted one over the bar from close range. Put his fingers to his lips when he eventually scored. But today he gets a big ovation. I suppose he's missed a couple, he's scored a couple, but he's been Key man for the Sky Blues. The free kick.
Chances.
Yeah, Burge plays it to the corner, and it's out. Biama does well, wins the throw-in. Minute and a half before we know how much stoppage time there is to be added. Nazon, who so nearly supplied for McNulty again as he did against Cheltenham last weekend. Some wondering what Nazon.
I think he's been very good, McNulty.
Yeah,
very good in tight areas, kept the ball, been a constant threat.
Well, Nazon's turned his man here. He's surrounded by red shirts. He's going to try and dance through the lot of them, but actually loses the ball. That won't please his manager too much, but the clearance is well cut out by Bayliss, and it comes to McDonald, who plays it long, overhit it a little bit, and it's grabbed by the wicket keeper. So here comes the big long kick again from the keeper, Brown. And that one actually doesn't hit quite so well. It hangs in the air and just goes over the halfway line, and it's volleyed towards the edge of area. McDonald risking a foul, but the referee is happy with the challenge, and now McNulty plays it for Biamo to chase, but the defender gets there first. Biamo does look a little bit as if he's running in treacle. And it's picked up by Wycombe inside their own half. Last minute of normal time. De Havilland, long, headed away by McDonald. Come back from Wycombe towards Aquin Fenway, gets his head to it. Grimmer deals with it, and arguably was foul, but it doesn't matter because Devon Kelly-Evans gets on the ball. Tom Bayliss making a run here. Kelly-Evans plays it to him. Bayliss on the right-hand side. Nazon just coming up in support, but Bayliss content to win the throw-in.
Grimmer had two there. Akin Fenway made a great decision. Went with the run-up for the flick from Akin Fenway and then able to head it away. Really good decision.
Well, the referee enjoys himself, doesn't he? Because he's added 6 minutes of stoppage time. We had 10 in the first half and 6 now, so still some way to go for the Sky Blues, and they give the ball away there cheaply. They get away with it because it comes back to them. They need to hold on to it better than that. Now Bayliss forward looking for McNulty. He's beaten in the air, and the ball's eventually played back to the Wycombe keeper. Max Biamo tries to challenge him, but he kicks it up toward over halfway line. Aquin Fenway gets a header onto it. It's a really awkward one for Willis, but he watches it carefully and volleys it into the crowd for a throw into Wycombe on the left-hand side. Adrian Vivash turns towards the bench. The Sky Blues might be making one last substitution before we finish, and they are going to bring Tom Davis on. Maybe put an extra defender on there. The cross from the left-hand side. Oh, and Burge drops it, and it's lobbed towards goal, and it's headed off the line, and then headed over the bar by Cowan Hall. And Burge kicks the post in frustration. He's had a really good game, but he almost let it slip there as he dropped that one under pressure. Two defenders on the line to head it away, and then Cowan Hall probably should have done better, and the Sky Blues get away with it. They stay 3-2 ahead.
He's got away with one.
Yeah.
Comfortable catch, nobody really around him. Drops it, fumbles it, hooked on, cleared off the line.
Well, the margins in football are so tight. If you look back to the Cheltenham game as well, Cheltenham very nearly equalised, and they played a really good ball into the penalty area right at the last minute. But Sky Blues came away with the win. Here's Tom Bayliss now breaking through. He's brought down. That'll be a free kick and a yellow card. The yellow card going to Joe Jacobson. But the Sky Blues will be happy with that. Should eat up a bit more time. We've had 2 minutes of stoppage time.
Really good second ball. Drives forward with it.
Not going to bring
wiped out.
They're not going to bring Tom Davis on just yet, but looks of things. Adrian Vivash is saying to the fourth official, maybe we'll wait till after this free kick. Mark Robbins giving Davis instructions.
Do they use witch hazel to bring out the bruises in footballers? I'll tell you what, they need a gallon of it tonight, don't they?
Well,
Ice Machine's going to get hammering, I think, later on.
It's been a really entertaining contest, hasn't it? And yes, there's been controversies, but for being honest, that's kind of added to the entertainment, although Wycombe might not see it that way at the moment.
Well, I came to the Crew game, the 1-0, and it was a bit
drab.
They
want that, but yeah, maybe the manager wishes they could have a few more games like that.
Yeah.
Michael Doyle finds Dukes Nazon, who's offside. Tight, but just offside. They'll be disappointed there as it gives the ball away. Now they're going to make the substitution, and Max Biama's coming off and Tom Davis on. Nothing subtle about this. The Sky Blues are going to stick an extra centre half in there to deal with everything that Wycombe can throw at them in what is now about 3 more minutes of stoppage time to be played.
Worked very, very hard, hasn't he?
Yeah.
been fantastic keeping the ball. I think the two front men have been a real threat all night.
They still can't get this goal, Biamo, but
what he offers the team,
yeah.
what he offers for the team, keeps the ball up that end of the pitch, keeps the ball going towards the opposition's goal, and keeps running.
The long kick from the Wycombe keeper, and it bounces on the edge of the area. Akwen Fenway! Oh, he's put it just over the bar. That was nearly a typical Akwen Fenway goal. The long kick from the keeper through the middle, and the defence desperately trying to deal with it, but Akwen Fenway managed to barge his way through and volley just over the bar. It stays 3-2 to the Sky Blues.
Can't let the ball bounce if you can help it. I know he's a big unit and you can't get around him, but he's just such a handful.
Well, for 36 years of age, he's still going as well. I know he doesn't exactly run all over the pitch, but Lee Burgess kick goes straight to a Wycombe player. Michael Doyle goes up to win it, and Tom Bayliss just hits it high in the air, just a little bit desperately. Now does it again, maybe for Nazon to chase, but de Havilland will head that away. Nazon, though, anticipating de Havilland might struggle to get any distance on the head, and hung back and now gets on the ball. He's inside the penalty area, he's all on his own. McNulty's now in support, and it's still Nazon, turns, shoots. Keeper saves with his legs. Good goalkeeping from Scott Brown, but it's eaten up a bit more time.
I thought he'd missed his opportunity. He jumped out of one, but he got his body in the way, didn't he? And then twist and turn in the box, gets a shot off. Good save.
Stokes with a throw for the Sky Blues, and he finds McNulty in the corner. He'll try and keep it there, but he can't actually, and he ends up conceding the throw in. A bold attempt to appeal for a throw that was clearly not his, and Wycombe get it to their keeper, and McNulty, though, prevents him from kicking it quickly by challenging him, and Wycombe eventually have to sort of pass it out of the area. That's good running. The end of a really hard, tough game for McNulty. But now Wycombe play the ball towards the edge of the Sky Blues penalty area. McDonald gets a head onto it. It's still there, though, for Wycombe. Out on the right-hand side, it's desperate stuff for the Sky Blues. The cross in from the right-hand side, and it's going to be caught by Lee Burge, who lands on the ball, and a clench of the fifth from Mark Robbins, who knows they're almost there now. There might be an extra 30 seconds on top of the initial 6 minutes, but that initial 6 minutes is almost up, and the Sky Blues look as if they're going to win. A remarkable game here. Punts upfield from Lee Burge. Nazon gives chase. Havilland's header is a bit short, but the keeper gets to it. He's going to kick it upfield. He actually mishits it slightly, but Wycombe have it on halfway. They've got one more chance here, perhaps, Wycombe, and the ball's played towards Akwen Fenway. Great header away from Willis. Still there for Wycombe. Lobbed into the area, and Burge comes out and takes it and holds on to it.
It's over 100 minutes of football, and McNulty's chasing full-back, centre halves.
And the referee's blown his whistle. It's all over. What an incredible game. There's been some real dull matches in the Ricoh Arena this season. This one hasn't been one of them. Full of incident, full of controversy, and full of goals. And the Sky Blues have got the lion's share of those goals. And two from Mark McNulty, one from the penalty spot, all after a spectacular goal from Michael Doyle. For Wycombe, who came from 2 down to 2-2, it was Dan Scarr, and then a penalty from Joe Jacobson. It's finished Coventry City 3, Wycombe Wanderers 2. 0345 900 5200 for your reaction to the action. You can text 81333. Start your message CW. Tweet us at BBC Com Sport. Here are the thoughts of the former Sky Blue striker Andy Burrell. Andy.
Well, that was entertaining, wasn't it? What a great game. Great game to watch. And I thought the last 30 minutes of the game, Cov were really gritty about keeping the ball out of their net. And with McNulty in the team, got somebody that's going to score you a goal or two.
So it's 2 home wins in a row for the Sky Blues. Back-to-back wins. They're up to 4th in the League 2 tables. The players head for the changing room, applauding the supporters. They know they've been in the game tonight. We'll have to see how serious Peter Vincente's injury is. Max Biamo's walking a little gingerly on the pitch at the moment. Sheer work rate from the Sky Blues, and they've got the win by 3 goals to 2. It's 0345 900 5200 and the Sky Blues phone in on BBC Coventry and Warwickshire with Stuart Linnell.
The attendances at the Ricoh Arena these days are often disappointing. Tonight, 7,234, better than they've been just lately. But I tell you what, every Sky Blues fan in this ground has stayed to stand and applaud their team off the park. The last two men to leave the pitch will be Ron McDonald and Max Biamu, but the man who absolutely emphasises what we've seen tonight is the absolute epitome of what we've seen, the enjoyment and the frustration and the fight and the glory and the excitement. Mark McNulty walked off the pitch, his socks round his ankles. When the final whistle blew, he punched the air with both hands. He went up to the officials to shake them by the hand. He's been across to the fans to thank them for the support. Max Biamu doing exactly the same right now. Mark McNulty tonight, absolutely magnificent. A great team performance as well by Coventry City. And I'm going to say to you right now, if you're a Coventry City fan listening to this tonight and you've been at the Ricoh Arena, you surely must reach for your phones and tell us what you thought of that. That was nothing short of magnificent. Great entertainment as we go towards Christmas. 0345 900 5200 is the phone number. 81333 on the text. Put the letter CW first if you're texting. On Twitter at BBC Cov Sport. We're going to talk to Andy Morell in just a moment, but first let's just look back on that pulsating football match.